The following is a presentation of the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Notre Dame Stadium in South Bend, Indiana.
In the world is more famous for flying football.
I throw the odds be great or small, old Notre Dame will win overall.
We're going inside him.
He's going inside the 5.
We're going outside him.
Right up the middle, touchdown Notre Dame.
We had that guy step up and be the next man in.
Steps up, throws, completes, ball pitched behind, ball on the ground. Game over. Notre Dame knocks off number 1.
That's how you play Notre Dame football.
It's time for Notre Dame football. Fighting Irish football is sponsored by Notre Dame partners Cannon Solutions America, Coca-Cola, Cooper Tire, Tourism Ireland, Under Armour, and Visit South Bend. Now, let's send it out to the broadcast booth, along with Notre Dame football legend Ryan Harris, the voice of the Irish, Paul Burmeister.
The final Saturday in October brings the Tar Heels to South Bend for a matchup between 6-1 and 11th-ranked Notre Dame and 4-3 North Carolina. Paul Burmeister alongside Ryan Harris. Rained yesterday and this morning, but it's pretty cool and dry now in South Bend. 50 degrees, only a 2% chance of rain throughout the evening. Light wind, less than 10 miles per hour here inside Notre Dame Stadium. Ryan, happy Halloween. Happy game day.
Do you like my costume?
You dressed as yourself.
I was a coach for Notre Dame. You couldn't see it?
I could see it.
I was maybe offensive coordinator. Maybe I am myself. I'm in the role tonight.
Plays. There you go.
I'm excited, though. Little sneak peek. I'm going to be Optimus Prime with my son, who's going to be Bumblebee. It's going to be awesome.
There you are.
Yep. So looking forward to transforming tomorrow night.
But first, your real job here as an analyst here up in the booth, hanging out with me for Notre Dame. 6-1. 9 minutes now until kickoff with North Carolina here. You think about North Carolina, the Tar Heels, you think about offense. Sam Howell, 3-year starter, preseason ACC Player of the Year. So this October run of experienced, highly talented quarterbacks coming through South Bend, from Desmond Ridder to Keaton Slovis last week to Sam Howell tonight.
Well, the road is real if you want to be a championship contender, and you're going to have to beat some of the best quarterbacks in the college football landscape any year at Notre Dame, and this game is no different. Sam Howell has amazing accuracy, 65% on the year, but when I watch the film, he has a throw slowing motion, and Paul, maybe we'll see something different because he's here at Notre Dame on the road. He just doesn't have the urgency I believe you need at the quarterback position. He looks a little comfortable back there, and he has a lot of reason to be. The running back Ty Chandler is fantastic, already 588 yards rushing on the season, and he's got a great wide receiver in Josh Downs. So it makes sense why they've been comfortable and playing well, but they just don't have that urgency offensively. But Sam Howell, like you mentioned, a top draft pick at that quarterback position.
A couple of details about the offense and the names that you mentioned there. Ty Chandler, the running back, and Josh Downs, the wide receiver. First of all, Chandler, over 2,000 rushing yards at Tennessee, so some hard yards, some real production in the SEC before coming to Chapel Hill and becoming the leader in the backfield for the Tar Heels. He is third in the ACC in rushing attempts. So even though they like to throw it a lot, they do take time to commit themselves to the ground game as well. And hey, Ryan, last week out wide, it was Drake London. He was terrific for USC. This receiving challenge is a bit different. Josh Downs, 5'10", 180. He plays primarily in the slot. He leads the ACC in receptions.
Yeah, he's fantastic. He can really go deep on you if they want, but they really use him on the slants and play-action pass. So if I'm Marcus Freeman all week, I've been telling my defensive players, hey, you see a slant route, start jumping that route, get in front of it. But the big key, too, oftentimes defensive players just jump in front of a slant route. You got to carry those quarterbacks' eyes when you do that. So that would be the coaching point going into this week to try and shut that down, because Downs can get upfield and create a whole new set of downs with his performance.
We didn't see a lot of bad news for the Fighting Irish last week in the home game, the big win over USC by 2 touchdowns. The one tough spot, Kyle Hamilton, the All-American safety, went down 8 plays in with a knee injury, did not come back. He will also not play here this evening. So on one hand, that's awful news, right? On the other hand, Notre Dame had to play against the pass-first team without Kyle Hamilton. We know we'll see a lot of that nickel package. 5 defensive backs in with Tariq Bracy once again as the extra man, getting a lot of time here tonight.
Well, and the good news is DJ Brown and others, they really had the opportunity to communicate in-game, and now they've had a week of practice to practice that. That's going to be the biggest thing. Can you communicate where your help is, what the coverage is, if there's an audible on the fly? But the good news is they had that experience last week, so everybody has confidence. Once you see yourself doing something on film, you can gain a lot of confidence, and every player on defense last week against USC should feel that way. But hey, Irish fans, it's time to raise your pint of Guinness and toast to Notre Dame football as they take the field against the Tar Heels. Game time, Guinness time. Cheers, Paul.
And it is that time pregame to look up and say sláinte to you, Ryan. Remember, please enjoy responsibly. Guinness, official beer of Notre Dame alumni and fans. Diageo Beer Company, New York, New York. 5:30 left until kickoff now between the Tar Heels and Fighting Irish. We're looking down to the right, waiting for the Fighting Irish to run out of the tunnel with the giant N and the D going from the 20 all the way through the back of the end zone, all set up and ready for Notre Dame. Let's flip it over here now offensively. Terrific news for the Fighting Irish in the sense that that first part of the season offensively, Ryan, everyone was waiting for the offensive line to come around, for the ground game to take over.
Yeah.
It is still a work in progress, but in each of the last 2 games, with the best effort coming last week against USC, the offensive line, Kyren Williams, really coming to life here.
Well, the offensive line has been really dominant physically, and that's been a difference. You're hearing the crowd go nuts right now because they turned off all the lights in the stadium and only the flashlights on the cell phones lighting up. It's reflecting beautifully, too, off the tubas down there. Super cool. Green light coming from the tunnel right now. It's looking like Halloween. It's trick-or-treat time.
Yeah, all the white lights on the cell phones throughout 70,000 plus here in South Bend. And as Ryan mentioned, white everywhere with the lights out, but the green light coming from the tunnel. We can see the gold helmets now as we wait for the Fighting Irish to come out.
Super cool. I remember when there were bulbs in the TVs and the screens in stadiums at the old Metrodome where I'm from in St. Paul, Minnesota. But to see what they do with the game experience now, this is fantastic. And especially after coming off a COVID season, so many fans coming back for the first time. Really awesome to increase the fan experience. Notre Dame's done a great job.
And now here come the Irish. AC/DC theme song when they've run out a couple weeks in a row here.
You can't go wrong with AC/DC in football. I mean, it's like peas and carrots. It goes together.
The Fighting Irish jogging out onto the field right now. We wait for the visiting North Carolina Tar Heels to come out. North Carolina comes in with a 4-3 record, 3-3 in the ACC. They have wins in conference against Virginia, Duke, and Miami, and ACC losses against Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech, and FSU. You might recognize from that list there are 2 common opponents between Notre Dame, or with Notre Dame and North Carolina. That is Virginia Tech and Florida State. They have lost to both of those teams. Notre Dame has knocked off both of them. You hear the crowd react to North Carolina running out of their tunnel, coming out in the Carolina blue helmets with the white writing and the white jerseys and white pants with the Carolina blue numbers and stripes down the side.
There's something I don't like about that light blue. I don't know what it is. And it could be the fact that I, as a former Notre Dame player, just find something I don't like about the opposing team.
You seem to.
I mean, it's frequent. It happens. We're going to get you the definition of the Tar Heel because we heard some things, Paul and I, in the elevator today. And we're interested to see what the Tar Heel is. They say it goes back to the Civil War, which I don't know if that's still good in this day and age.
One thing you know when you look down, and whether it's on the basketball court, Ryan, or on the football field, you see that color of blue, and you just know the Tar Heels are in town.
It's Carolina blue. It really is. And it was a great stadium when we went there last year.
Yeah,
beautiful place. Yeah. But one of the things I want fans to know, we're watching a lot of players keep moving. And in pregame warm-ups, a lot of the North Carolina players were kind of getting those, I'm not cold. Well, why are you moving all the time? So I think that thin blood down there in the South isn't doing real well tonight. It's going to continue to get cooler as the game goes on and the hits keep coming.
Temperature right now at 50, and it will drop into the 40s. Coin toss coming up. The captains walking out for Notre Dame. 4 of them tonight: Kurt Heinisch, Avery Davis, Kyren Williams, and Jared Patterson. We will take a listen after they get done shaking hands and giving the high fives.
The one thing I want to talk about today, Paul, I think this is a Michael Mayer
North Carolina,
game.
You're the visiting team. You're going to call today's coin toss. The helmet side is heads. The logo side is tails. Logo side is tails. Helmet side is heads. What is your selection?
We'll go tails.
Tails? Tails is called. It is tails. North Carolina, you won the toss. You want to defer. North Carolina has won the toss, has elected to defer their option to the second half. You'll receive. Which way do you want to kick? Kick that way. Let's turn.
And for a second there, Newman, the kicker, didn't know where he wanted to kick it.
Notre Dame will be receiving the football.
So Notre Dame continues this pattern of receiving the football as the captains shake hands now, and Notre Dame runs off to its sideline, and North Carolina runs off to their sideline right below us. And it worked out very well, Ryan. It was almost like they heard our conversations you left off. You wanted to talk offense.
Yeah.
Notre Dame's getting the ball first. I believe you were talking about it being a Michael Mayer, the tight end, kind of night for the Irish.
Well, when I watched the film, if I was the offensive coordinator as I'm dressed up tonight for Halloween, I'm getting Michael Mayer the football. They don't really have, they have defending linebackers that really like pressuring the football. There's a lot of space kind of in that 7 to 13 yard range, and that's where tight ends can make a lot of hay. To me, this is the Michael Mayer and Lorenzo Styles game. Continue to get the ball to your big-time playmakers and a little further downfield than Notre Dame's typically been doing to start the games.
Most nights have been Michael Mayer nights ever since he has been on campus. He had 5 receptions last week against USC. 5 games already this year with at least 5 catches. The crowd lets you know we are getting awfully close to kickoff. Zeros on the clock. They will reset to 15 minutes for the first quarter. Notre Dame has its receiving team on the field. They will move from left to right here in the first quarter. And North Carolina kicking off from right to left. Good to see Chris Tyree. Turf toe kept him out of the lineup last week and on the sidelines against USC. He is standing on his own goal line, waiting for the kick.
I had turf toe surgery. That's a tough injury, so that speaks to the toughness of Chris Tyree, and I'd expect that to affect him and his speed tonight.
Jonathan Kim kicks the ball off. We are underway here in South Bend. The ball lands 5 yards deep in the end zone, rolls out the back, and Jack Cohn and the Fighting Irish offense will begin on their own 25-yard line. Ryan, we were right here last week, and it was amazing, the up-tempo offense. We knew it was coming. We talked to Brian Kelly before the game and said they were going to operate at a much higher pace because they thought Jack Cohn played better when they forced him to move quickly, and we expect that same kind of pace here tonight. 1st and 10 Notre Dame from their own 25. Cohn at quarterback, and Kyron Williams season high in carries and yards last week against USC. 1 yard to Jack's left, who lines up in the shotgun. Williams goes from left to right. Snap to Cohn, drops back to pass, hit as he's thrown, throws to the 30, completes a low pass, caught at the 29-yard line by Avery Davis. Cohn was drilled as he threw that out route to the left side. Gain of 5 for Davis.
Yeah, Cedric Gray, the linebacker, the big blitzer for North Carolina, came right through the gap next to Jarrett Patterson. An excellent focus by Jack Cohn to finish that throw, knowing he was going to take a shot.
Cohn over 70%, 72 the last 2 games, starts out 1 for 1. Inside give to Kyron Williams up the middle, little crease out to the 35-yard line. A late burst got him out for a 6-yard gain. Miles Murphy, defensive end, makes the stop, but that's first down Notre Dame, 1st and 10 on their own 36. Ball on the far hash. Notre Dame moving from our left to right here in this first quarter. Cohn under center right now, backs out to the shotgun. Pair of pass catchers to his left and also 2 to his right. North Carolina showing blitz. Cohn play action, throws to his left to Michael Mayer, drilled right as he caught the ball on the far sideline at the 38-yard line. Safety Cameron Kelly makes the stop. Gain of only 3 yards.
And Michael Mayer almost wrestled out of that tackle, and that would have been a good 20-yard gain. Excellent job by Jack Cohn getting the ball out quick.
2nd and 7 on the 39. Early movement as Cohn got the ball. The penalty markers come out.
Ball start. Offense. Number 62. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Referee tonight is Dwayne Heights, and number 62 for the Fighting Irish is the right guard, Kane Madden.
And this is the only disadvantage to going up-tempo. Any type of stop, any kind of penalty like that really sets you back and interrupts the rhythm you were in.
Brings up 2nd down 12 from the far hash. A trio of wideouts to the right of Cohn. Shotgun drops back, throws to the left, complete 35, and run out of bounds at the 40-yard line. The tailback Kyron Williams caught 6 passes last week. His first tonight goes for 6 yards.
Well, and it's a quick pitch and catch. Jack Cohn to Kyron Williams, and good job by Kyron Williams turning the corner once he caught the football, kind of 3 yards away from the sideline there, and getting upfield for some extra yardage.
3rd down and 6 now for Jack Cohn and the Fighting Irish offense. First drive of the game for Notre Dame. A little over 13 minutes left in the first quarter. Empty backfield for Cohn here on 3rd and 6. Takes the shotgun snap, drops back, throws over the middle. The ball is caught at the 45 and up to the 47-yard line. A good hard piece of running after he caught the ball by Kevin Austin. Gain of 7 on 3rd and 6. Second first down on this drive here for the Fighting Irish.
And right there, Jack Cohn looked at all of his options. He went left to right and went back to Kevin Austin to make the throw. They might challenge this for targeting.
Yeah, the whistles blow there.
Notre Dame, their first timeout of the half.
The tackle by Kelly
30
was
seconds, timeout.
very high on Kevin Austin, and Austin kind of fell backwards. Sometimes when you get that hit, you can say, oh, the head snaps back. That's might be targeting, but Notre Dame just taking a timeout here to get the right play.
Well, I mentioned a moment ago, Ryan, and both of the teams are on their sideline for this timeout now. 12:49 left in the first quarter. No score. Fighting Irish on their first drive. I mentioned that Jack Cohn, 72% the last 2 games, Virginia Tech and USC. Very good efficiency. He starts out tonight 4 out of 4, hitting 4 different receivers.
Well, and that means that 4 different defenders had to make a tackle and be noticed and wired in. So they're saying, hey, they're targeting me. Already in the first 5-6 plays here. You got guys feeling targeted. That's a great way to put pressure on the defense and make everybody focus and perhaps miss a tackle later because they're focused on their responsibility.
Notre Dame's offense back on the field now, 1st and 10 on their own 47. 2 first downs already on this drive. Cohn from the shotgun with Kyron Williams behind him. Michael Mayer motion left to right. Hand off to Williams off the right side, cuts it back up the middle, puts his head down and muscles his way across the 50. Inside of Tar Heel territory to the 49. Gain of 5. Outside linebacker Cedric Gray with the tackle.
I love that play. We haven't seen that all year. It's called a bend back run. Kyron Williams went to the right and literally bent back and got back some depth in the backfield to go upfield for the game.
2nd and 6 now. Cohn takes the snap. Once again, hands off to Williams up the middle. Tried to get out to the left. Nothing going there. Defensive end Miles Murphy there for the Tar Heels. Kyron did get 1. Brings up 3rd down and 6.
Now, if you're Notre Dame here, this is not 2-down territory, so you want to get a couple of options. You're on the left hash. Probably want more receivers to the right, and here we're already seeing trips right come out. It's 3 receivers to the right.
Notre Dame faced 3rd and 6 a moment ago, and Jack Cohn found Kevin Austin from left to right. Now it's 3rd and 6 on the Tar Heel 49. Cohn from the shotgun, drops back, stands in the pocket, still looking, in trouble. Down he goes. Jack Cohn sacked at the 50-yard line. But just on the other side of the 50, loss of 3. They're back inside of Notre Dame territory. Middle linebacker came in, Rucker came in on the blitz and got him. And Notre Dame's punt team comes out.
Well, and Jack Cohn had Avery Davis open. I don't know why he didn't throw the football with anticipation, but that was a coverage sack otherwise for North Carolina. After Avery Davis was taken away, Jack Cohn just didn't like his options, went down, got as close to the line of scrimmage as he could not to lose any yardage.
Jay Bramlett standing on his own 35, steps up to the 36, punts it away. Good long punt, bounces on the 4, and then takes a Carolina bounce into the end zone. A punt of 51 yards for Jay Bramlett. We are just underway in South Bend. Notre Dame and North Carolina, no score with 11:07 left in the first quarter. This is the Notre Dame Radio Network.
I'm pretty sure our new house might be haunted.
What makes you say that?
The furniture is levitating. Oh, and the ghost.
Welcome home.
Yeah, that's spooky.
You know what's really scary? Missing out on Geico for help with homeowners and renters insurance. Geico makes it easy to save a bunch.
Great. You're not sticking around, right?
The party's just getting started.
Happy Geico Week. Call today and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance can be.
O'Reilly. Are your wiper blades chattering, skipping, or squeaking? Don't let streaks or smearing on your windshield compromise your visibility. When it's time to replace your wiper blades, stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and see our selection. Our professional parts people will even install your new wiper blades while you wait. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
But we have a truck leaving with a big order on Tuesday.
Tina's floor manager retired, leaving her tortilla factory flat out.
What do you mean she's on a silent retreat?
She must fill the role and all those orders.
I'll oversee production.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Schedule virtual interviews and talk to candidates right from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
miss your chance to watch Notre Dame football this season. For a limited time, purchase 2 tickets and receive a parking pass for just $150. The special offer is good for the Navy and Georgia Tech games. Secure your seats today at UND.com/buy tickets. Welcome back to South Bend. Notre Dame, North Carolina. Paul Burmeister, Ryan Harris in the booth. The Fighting Irish had the ball once. They picked up 2 first downs. Jack Cohn was sacked to end that last drive. And now North Carolina takes over on offense for the first time. First down and 10 from their own 20, moving right to left here in the first quarter. Sam Howell making his 33rd career start at quarterback, hands off up the middle. Ty Chandler, the Tennessee transfer. Nice hole before he's tackled by Houston Griffith. Gain of 7 for the Tar Heels.
And right there, the RPO just splits the defense, so the offensive line's going right, and then Griffith goes left. I mean, that's a great play call to start the game.
Second down 3 now from the 27. Sam Howell in the shotgun. Stands in the pocket, hands off up the middle to Chandler again, fighting for some yards off the right side. He'll be about 1 yard short of the first down after he gains 2. Hard-earned 2 yards up the middle and then out to the right. Tariq Gracie made the stop to bring up third down 1.
And Drew White and J.D. Bertram blitzing on that play, so Notre Dame already trying to put pressure on the run game. And here's an opportunity, a choice now for Mack Brown. Do you go for it with the run, or do you try and throw it deep?
Notre Dame may be expecting the run because nickel defensive back Tariq Gracie just ran out, and outside linebacker Jack Kaiser came onto the field on third down 1. Sam Howell directing traffic, shouting to his offensive line, now back in the shotgun, ready to take the snap on third and 1, and he calls timeout. Wow.
The fans here are insanely loud, and that does make a difference, especially for the visiting team. You can't communicate, and right there, North Carolina had to take a timeout because of that noise. That's impressive.
Sam Howell there on the 29-yard line, really right below the Notre Dame students who filled in late. We took a glance over there about 20 minutes before the game and wondered where they might be, but they have arrived.
Yeah, it looked like there's a couple of pockets of fair weather fan tickets. You know, it's a little too cold for us here, but the student section filled out. Really cool to see some of the costumes, too. Of course, you see a lot of the bananas, the banana costume. I saw a couple cows. I saw kids dressed up as horses today in the parking lot. The tailgating was awesome.
Good observation skills.
Hey, always paying attention. That's an offensive lineman.
Notre Dame's defense will certainly keep an eye on quarterback Sam Howell here. The last 2 years didn't have a single game rushing over 100. He has 3 already this season. He could very well keep it here on third and 1 on his own 29. His tailback Ty Chandler is to his left. He's in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Gives to Chandler right up the middle. Gets 2 yards when he needed 1. Myron Tungavailoa Omosa made the stop. Looks like it'll be just enough for a Tar Heel first down, and yes, those chains are moving. First and 10, North Carolina on their own 31-yard line. 9:38 and counting left in the first quarter here in South Bend. No score between the Tar Heels and Fighting Irish.
Ty Chandler gave up a really big hit there because Houston Griffith came like a missile to finish him off.
Bunch trio wideouts just to the left of Sam Howell, about 5 yards to his left. Takes the snap. Here comes the blitz. Stands in, fires, completed the 35, and wrapped up as he got out to the 36-yard line on the near hash. It was Justin Olson. Only his second catch of the season. Cam Hart got there first. Gain of 6 to bring up second down 4.
Notre Dame was bringing a corner blitz on that play, so some options putting the defensive backfield in man-to-man coverage. Sam Howell has enough experience now. He's going to find the mismatch in that situation, and he did that right there.
Second down 4. Ty Chandler, the running back to the left of Sam Howell, went over 100 yards in the last game against Miami. Howell drops back. Blitz comes again. He keeps it himself across the 40, up to the 45, and goes down to the 47-yard line. Quickly, he accelerated from the pocket to the left side. Cornerback Clarence Lewis made the tackle, but Howell picks up 10 yards.
And that's the X factor that Sam Howell brings. This was nothing but a designed quarterback run. They call it QB draw 8 or 9 to tell the quarterback which side to go to, right or left. And that time they ran quarterback draw 9.
Big added dimension to his game here now in his 33rd start. Runs for 10 to bring up first and 10 from the 47. Stands in the pocket, runs again, wrapped up at the 45, and wrestled down. Nana Osafo-Mensah, the defensive end, throws Howell for a loss of 1.
And the young defensive player, Nana Osafo-Mensah, has been fantastic for the Irish this year. And there he was just on a double team at the line of scrimmage, fought across it to his right to wrap up Sam Howell. Excellent play because Sam Howell had about 15 yards to run had he gotten through.
Osapa Menza, 6'3", 250 junior out of Fort Worth, Texas, backing up Myron Tungvailoa Amosa. 2nd down 11 from their own 46. Howell has 3 wideouts to his right. Hands off to Chandler up the middle. Nothing there. Notre Dame's defense there to meet the Tennessee transfer, led by the sophomore defensive tackle Riley Mills. Gain of 2 to bring up 3rd down and 9. Sam Howell's right back on the ball, Ryan, ready for his shotgun snap. Now he stands up and looks over to his sideline.
I want to get rid of this in college football. Stop looking to the sideline for your coach to tell you what to do. Play football.
Especially for a 3-year starter who's the preseason conference player of the year.
Yeah, that hurts quarterbacks going to the next level because they have to make all those changes at the line of scrimmage.
3rd down and 9, 3 wideouts to the right of Howell. Takes the snap. Irish bring 4. He lifts one to the near sideline. To the 30-yard line. Ball ripped away. Bo Bauer in tight coverage on Ty Chandler out of the backfield, who ran a wheel route down the near sideline. The ball was a little underthrown, allowing Bauer to knock it away.
Well, you described it perfectly. If Sam Howell puts that ball about a foot forward downfield more, Ty Chandler's got a touchdown. Excellent job by Bo Bauer getting his right hand between the 2 hands of Ty Chandler to rip out the football as they went down. That's a phenomenal play. Bo Bauer is outmatched athletically there, and he made a heck of a play.
Ben Kiernan almost had the punt blocked. He goes down. Flag comes out. Kyron Williams across the 20, left side, 25, 30. He's got some room across the 40, 50, inside of North Carolina territory. And out of bounds he goes after a terrific return. We'll see about the flag where North Carolina punter Ben Kiernan got run into and knocked down.
Well, Kiernan got hit for sure, but it looked as though they were
no foul on the play.
getting blocked.
Into the kicker. The kicker went outside the tackle box. 1st down Notre Dame.
So Kiernan took the snap and ran out to his right before he punted the ball. So you heard Dwayne Height's explanation. They pick up the flag, 40-yard punts plus a 46-yard return. Notre Dame will start its 2nd possession inside of North Carolina territory on the 41-yard line. 6:44 left in the 1st quarter. North Carolina, Notre Dame, no score here in South Bend. You're listening to Fighting Irish Football.
Are you looking for a great place to work? Look no further than Once Upon a Child in Mishawaka and Goshen. We are looking for friendly and energetic full-time and or part-time associates to join our team. And with flexible hours, a great in-store discount, competitive pay, and amazing customers, you won't want to miss this opportunity. So what are you waiting for? Stop in our store for an application or apply online at Once Upon a Child in Mishawaka or Goshen.
With just 1 spray of Microban 24, your hard surfaces are sanitized for up to 24 hours. Touch after touch after touch.
So 6 hours from now?
Still sanitized.
12 hours?
Yep.
18 hours.
We're really doing this.
24 hours.
When used as directed, 1 spray of Microban keeps killing 99.9% of bacteria touch after touch for, up to 24 hours.
Wow.
Microban 24, the sanitizer 4 out of 5 doctors would use in their own homes. So why aren't you?
What do you think of when you hear Mishawaka Barnaby's? Is it their one-of-a-kind pizza, or maybe their beef bar? Whether it's their pizza or sandwiches, Mishawaka Barnaby's is second to none. Speaking of second, their second location, that's Barnaby's of Granger, is now open for both dine-in and carry-out. Mike Lade and his staff thank you for your continued support. That's Mishawaka Barnaby's at the corner of Grape and Edison, and Barnaby's of Granger at the corner of Capitol and Cleveland. And coming this fall is Barnaby's of Twin Branch. Stay tuned for the tasty details.
This is Notre Dame football on Sunny 101.5.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Notre Dame Radio Network.
This is WNSN South Bend, home of Notre Dame football, presented by South Bend Orthopedics.
The series between Notre Dame and North Carolina began all the way back in 1949. Notre Dame leads at 19-2. Both of those losses came in Chapel Hill in 1960 and 2008. Notre Dame perfects against the Tar Heels here in South Bend. The Fighting Irish offense coming back onto the field. They'll have 1st and 10 on the North Carolina 41 after the longest punt return of the year delivered by Kyron Williams. It was 23 yards, and he just took it for 48. To put Notre Dame in great position.
Huge block by Sebo Flemister on that kick return as well. Fantastic field position. If I'm Notre Dame, I'm taking a shot to the end zone right here. Why not?
First and 10, always a good time to see what they can get deep. Little quick sweeper on the left side to Braden Lenzy, who is coming in motion, makes it across the 40 on the far sideline, and then is wrapped up just as he crossed the line of scrimmage. So Lenzy in motion from right to left, took a pitch right in front of Cone and picked up 3 yards before the safety Cameron Kelly got it.
Well, that's a peculiar play. Usually you run that to the field side, and there they ran it to the short side of the field from the left hash. So Braden Lenzy didn't have as much room to continue his speed or set up blocks.
We tried to get Braden started early here this week. Low production last week, only 1 catch for -2 yards against USC.
He has just not found his rhythm in this offense yet, but when he does, it will be explosive.
2nd and 7 now from the 38. The give inside to Kyron Williams. Met as he got to the line of scrimmage and fights his way out for 4 yards on the far hash. Right up the middle, Miles Murphy, defensive end, makes another tackle, and it's now 3rd down 3.
Well, and here's a big opportunity for Notre Dame. Get a first down, continue to put pressure right there on the North Carolina defense. But you got a new quarterback here, Paul.
Tyler Buckner in now for the first time today. He took 11 snaps last weekend against USC. Comes in here on 3rd and 3 on the North Carolina 34. He's in the shotgun, takes the snap. Hands off to Williams around the left side, across the 30, and run out of bounds at the 27. And how about that finish? A little late stiff arm as he just kind of shut it down and cruised out of bounds, gain of 6. Cameron Kelly gets credit for the tackle, but he was the one picking himself up off the ground.
Cameron Kelly looked like the Jordan logo on North Carolina's jerseys. He was sprawled out in the air because of the hit by Kyron Williams.
1st and 10 on the 28. Buckner gives inside to Kyron Williams, right up the middle. Across the 25-yard line, gains 4, 2nd down 6. The running game hasn't been explosive yet for Notre Dame, but like last week, it is picking up yardage time and time again. Buckner from the shotgun, turns, takes the handoff around the left side, across the 20, 15, stiff arm, down to the 10-yard line. Wow. Tyler Buckner around the left side, nice block, Michael Mayer. And Buckner picks up 14 yards.
And as Buckner went wide out to the left behind Michael Mayer, which one of the things he's going to watch on film, you want to put your foot down in the ground and put your shoulders square to the line of scrimmage, forces the defenders to stop. Had he done that, he would have been able to turn the corner around Michael Mayer's block and get into the end zone. But I love the quickness and the confidence that Tyler Buckner's operating with.
4:27 and counting left in the first quarter. No score. Notre Dame, North Carolina, but the Fighting Irish have 1st and goal on the 10-yard line. Tyler Buckner remains in the game. Looking over to the sideline, still looking, and now calling timeout.
Timeout. Notre Dame. Their 2nd timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
Well, and it doesn't hurt you here, but whatever the reason for the timeout, you have to figure that out now, because if you're in the 3rd quarter, 4th quarter, you can't take a timeout like this because of communication and guys not knowing what to do, especially when you're not bringing in new personnel. So that's something that, in addition to figure out the right play here, you got to talk to your coaches. If you're Coach Kelly, saying, what happened there? Let's make sure that gets fixed now.
And Ryan, on the other side of this matchup, when Sam Howell was in, I mentioned that the Fighting Irish defense, they have to be aware that he's running the ball a lot this season. Well, now that shoe is on the other foot. If Buckner stays in the game, as they get closer and closer to the goal line, he becomes more of a factor, just like he was on the last play when he ran for 14 yards, of keeping that ball and going around the left side. But he's going to the sideline.
Yeah.
He went all the way out.
Well, now, but that's where Coach Kelly and Tommy Reese, they're playing mind games with the defense. North Carolina said, okay, look out for the run. Oh, wait. Hey, it's Jack Cone. Coach didn't tell us anything about Jack Cone. What are we supposed to do? So get you thinking if you're a defense.
Ball on the left hash. He drops back. He keeps it himself across the 10. He's got a chance to the 5. Dives down to the 1-yard line. Jack Cone on the quarterback draw. Took off to the left side and made it down to the 1. Gain of 8 yards. Call it a gain of, the ball spotted between the 2 and the 1. We'll give him a gain of 9.
I love that play. Nobody thought Jack Cone was going to run the football.
And now from the shotgun, the whistles blow right before the snap.
Might have 12 guys on the field.
Illegal snap. Offense. Number 55. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Oh. They're trying to run a hurry up, and sometimes it's on first sound. And to say, hey, first sound, the quarterback will be like, why? And you're like, oh, no. He's like, no, I was talking to the linebacker. What are you doing?
And now you talk about the quarterback mind games. Now it's Tyler Buckner back in the game. Ball's on the far hash as they move left to right.
You know what I want, Paul? I want Tyler Buckner at quarterback and Jack Cone at running back. Let's really get the defense something to think about.
Well, as for now, it's Kyron Williams at tailback. Tyler Buckner under center. Now he backs up to shotgun. Second down goal from the 7 on the far hash. Buckner takes the snap, looks to pass, flips it out to Avery Davis. 5, easily into the end zone. Avery Davis, the captain, makes it 6-0 Notre Dame. 3:25 left in the first quarter. Tyler Buckner took the shotgun snap, immediately turned to his right and just shot it down the line of scrimmage to Avery Davis. Picked up one block, and I believe he was untouched into the end zone.
He was, and this all happened because of before the play. Before the play, Tyler Buckner was at the line of scrimmage pointing out linebackers. Typically, that means the run pass option's coming, and so linebackers are thinking, okay, here comes the run. Oh, no, it's a pass. And because of Tyler Buckner's run ability, they have to cover man-to-man in the red zone, and that's why Avery Davis was wide open.
Jonathan Doerr's extra points is up and in, kicking toward the Golden Dome, and touchdown Jesus here in this first quarter. Avery Davis, touchdown reception from Tyler Buckner. Avery Davis with his 4th touchdown catch of the year. And Tyler Buckner, that's his 3rd touchdown toss. 3:25 left here in the first quarter in South Bend. Notre Dame leads North Carolina 7-0 on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Canon Solutions America proudly supports Notre Dame football. Are your business office needs incomplete? With Canon Solutions America, a playmaker in managed services solutions, we support document management demands, creating powerful workflows to help maximize productivity with cutting-edge Canon technology. No matter the situation, count on Canon Solutions America's experienced professionals to help you reach your goals. Visit csa.canon.com/GMS. That's csa.canon.com/GMS.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, the new Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan. So make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Exam 4 needs to be sanitized.
Versana's MRI clinic isn't operating at max efficiency. She needs a new certified tech certifiably now.
Someone's waiting in room 2 for an ACL scan. Can you handle that?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Notre Dame's offense just went 7 plays, 41 yards, really helped by a 48-yard punt return by Kyron Williams. It ends. Tyler Buckner, 7-yard touchdown pass to Avery Davis, and the extra point makes it 7-0 Notre Dame here in South Bend. 3:25 left in the first quarter. With zero sugar, and now even more delicious, is the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, the best Coke ever. Find out for yourself. I had some for our pregame meal together there.
I saw that
downstairs, Ryan. It was very good.
I didn't want to ask you because you know I like the sugar. You know, Speedo season's 8 months out. I got time, brother.
There's a Halloween joke in there somewhere.
There's a mine photo in there that's not going to get out. You're locked in with me. And don't worry, it's a green Speedo with a black leprechaun on it. It's awesome.
There it is. Even though Notre Dame is in the traditional navy jerseys tonight with the white numbers and the gold pants. Gold helmets especially shining here at Knights. Jonathan Doerr kicking off from left to right. Ball in the air, and the return from the 1-yard line. Out across the 10, 15 goes DeAndre Boykins. He's wrapped up and pushed back at the 15-yard line. A return of 17 yards as we get ready to watch the North Carolina offense and the Notre Dame defense. One note about the Fighting Irish offense, their quarterbacks, Jack Cohn and Tyler Buckner, they are combined 6 out of 6 to 5 different receivers. Only 31 yards through the air, but they've been highly efficient. And most of the yardage on that touchdown drive came on the ground anyway. First down and 10 now for North Carolina on their own 19-yard line. 3:18 left in the first quarter. Fighting Irish leading the Tar Heels 7-0.
It's time for Myron Tungavailoa-Amosa to get physical up front and make a difference here. Paging Myron Tungavailoa-Amosa.
Sam Howell from the shotgun fakes the run, now keeps it himself up the middle. He faked the dive, pulled the ball back into his own belly and ran right up the middle, found a nice hole 8-yard gain. DJ Brown and Tariq Gracie combined for the tackle.
And Notre Dame blitzed right there and made it a broken play. Sam Howell didn't want to carry it himself, wanted to hand it off, but ended up having the football and had to take off kind of unexpectedly himself.
DJ Jones in a tailback for Ty Chandler. Ball placed middle of the field for Sam Howell in the shotgun once again. Takes the snap. Hands off across the right side, across the 25 and 30, and tackled in between the far hash and far numbers on the 32-yard line is DJ Jones. Gain of 6. Houston Griffith, the safety, came up to make the tackle. 1st and 10 Tar Heels on their own 32.
And the Tar Heels use 2 pulling linemen in their power scheme. That's an effective way to run the football, because I don't care who you are, you got a lot of beef coming down the aisle when you got 2 guys there pulling left to right as they were. Big hole for Chandler to find off of that contact.
Working so far on this drive, a gain of 8 and 6 on the ground. Now they fake the reverse. Howell sets up, throws down the right side to the 50, completes, and tackled at the 49-yard line on the far side of Notre Dame. Justin Olson, his second catch tonight. Gain of 19 on the deep out route down the far sideline.
And kind of a trick play by North Carolina. They fake the run to the right and then a short pass to the left, and all of a sudden everybody's open downfield.
1st down and 10. Howell keeps it himself up the middle across the 45. He's hit low at the 42-yard line on the far hash. Griffith, the safety there once again. J.D. Bertrand, the outside linebacker, joined him on the stop, but a little pattern here for the Tar Heels. Success on the ground, Ryan. That one good for 7 yards.
And Sam Howell got drilled right there by J.D. Bertrand, so he's probably trying to find some wind there so he can breathe again, and that's the kind of contact you have to put on a quarterback when he wants to run the football against you if you're this Notre Dame defense.
North Carolina actually huddled up that time. Howell got the call, went into the huddle. He's going to call timeout again.
Wow.
Second time they've had to in this quarter.
Timeout. North Carolina.
He's hurt.
Their second timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
Yes. He is walking slowly over the sideline. Let's see, Ryan, as he's set up there on the 50-yard line beneath us, if the athletic trainers spend time with him.
He was walking a little gingerly, kind of small little, giddy up as they call it there on the left side. But that's the kind of thing where you get hit like that. I mean, you remember your biggest hits. I could ask you your 2 biggest hits. You could tell me who it was, where you were, and what it felt like. Sam Howell just got one of those from J.D. Bertrand.
Kevin Hardy, Illinois. The eventual, I think he was like the 2nd overall pick.
Yeah.
Back in the mid-90s. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. It's much easier up here, Ryan.
Yes.
Little secret for you.
A lot more comfortable. There's better food. There's no food on the sidelines.
And I'm federally mandated to say better company as well, right?
There you go.
2nd down, 3 now for the 42. It is Howell that comes back on the field. Ball's on the far hash. DJ Jones, the tailback, to his right. Howell hands off to him off the left side. A host of Notre Dame defenders there to stop him before he got to the 40-yard line. Only a gain of 1. Isaiah Foskey got there first. 3rd down, 2 coming up now, middle of the field on the 41-yard line of Notre Dame.
You wonder if it's 2-down territory for North Carolina, how they see it. But if I'm North Carolina, I'm running the football right here. I'm doing a split action run, sending the running back one way and Sam Howell the other. And defense can guess who has the football.
Howell already has 4 carries for 23 yards. 3rd and 2, he's in the shotgun. Notre Dame with 4 linemen. Penalty markers come out.
Ball start. Offense. Number 74. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That's a huge penalty for North Carolina. They went on the 2nd clap, but the right tackle, Jordan Tucker, moved after the 1st clap. That was a huge penalty. And again, the crowd noise gets in because how that affects a player, they forget those little things. They're going to line of scrimmage because they notice the crowd noise.
Different playlist you're going with as well. 3rd and 2, you can have the quarterback keep it if you'd like. 3rd down and 7. Likely a passing situation here for Sam Howell.
And I'm telling the defense to jump a route. If you believe you know what's coming, take a risk right here. Try and get a turnover.
He has 3 wideouts to his right. Ball placed middle of the field. 3rd and 7 from the Notre Dame 46. Here comes the blitz. He stands in, lofts one down the far sideline, and it's caught at the 10-yard line and tackled at the 5. Josh Downs, averaging 120 receiving yards per game. That was his first catch, a touch pass down the far side for 40 yards.
Well, he was just wide open. He was in the slot, went out to the right and got one-on-one matchup and absolutely turned on the burners.
Right back on the ball. Howell keeps it himself across the 5, wrapped up by Drew White from the backside on the 3-yard line. Howell fights his way up to the 2. And Notre Dame's
Going on the
defense.
field is the ball carrier's forward progress was stopped. That is the end of the first quarter.
Wow, what a race to the finish there.
A beautiful touch pass by Howell there just at the end of that quarter, allowing Josh Downs to run underneath it. Caught that rainbow and has North Carolina in business now. When the second quarter begins, the Tar Heels will have 2nd and goal from the Notre Dame 2-yard line. First quarter in the books here in South Bend. Notre Dame leads North Carolina 7-0. We'll be right back after this message on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Can I get a weight reading on the cat in exam 3?
Zuri needs a new vet tech after their current one literally moved to a farm.
Detailed checkup is waiting.
But finding an ideal replacement takes some training.
This is like herding cats.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Schedule virtual interviews and talk to candidates right from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The Cooper Discoverer Rugged Trek is a truck tire made with the understanding that driving a truck is supposed to be fun. Like any Cooper tire, the Rugged Trek is designed to do everything you need it to do. It's got stone blockades to protect your tires off-road and whisper grooves for smooth, quiet street driving. But with its in-your-face design, including dual sidewalls that let you choose between 2 aggressive looks, the Cooper Discoverer Rugged Trek is also a tire that shows off your truck's wild side. Learn more at coopertire.com. Go with the Coopers.
Ready to start planning your next trip to South Bend? Get ideas and inspiration, itineraries, upcoming events, restaurant tips, hotel recommendations, and more by visiting the all-new visitsouthbend.com. Your next great weekend getaway awaits. After all, Mondays can wait.
Weather looking nasty? Don't change your plans, change your wiper blades. Michelin wiper blades use advanced technology to hug your windshield, to channel away water, snow, and ice, so you can see clearly and drive confidently. Upgrade to Michelin wiper blades at Walmart.
One quarter in the books between Notre Dame and North Carolina, and it's the Irish with a 7-0 lead. Tony Simeone with you here in the studio. The Irish have used both quarterbacks in this one. Jack Cohn and Tyler Buckner combined a perfect 6 for 6. Tyler Buckner threw the big touchdown to Avery Davis to give them the lead, but North Carolina is driving here as we get set to start the second quarter. It's 2nd down and goal, and for the start of the second, let's go back up to the booth to Paul and Ryan.
Tony, thank you very much. North Carolina now moving from left to right, huddling up now before they face 2nd and goal. They're calling it the 3-yard line now. Tar Heels currently on a 7-play, 79-yard drive. 66 of those yards, Ryan, have come through the air.
When I like how they did it as well, deep passes, short passes, but they've been consistent with the running game. Notre Dame has to put a wrinkle in their rhythm right now because they are just rolling both times they've gotten the football.
Howell under center for the first time. Ty Chandler behind him. The pitch to Chandler to the right side across the 5, sprinting to the cone. Did he get there? Yes, he did. Ty Chandler took the pitch to the right side and just accelerated to the pylon. Barely made it there. 14:55 left in the second quarter. It's now Notre Dame 7 and North Carolina 6.
And Sam Howell's experience coming into effect there. He kind of ran up to the line of scrimmage as they broke the huddle. Typically that signals that there's going to be a QB sneak, but oh no, it was a pitch to the right, so the defense was focused inside. Ball went outside. That's how the touchdown happened.
8 plays, 81 yards. I believe they're taking a look to see if he got in.
I think the ball crossed the plane.
Rolling on the field is a touchdown. The previous play is under further review.
Chandler had his right arm extended as his right foot was out of bounds. It just has to cross the plane. I believe it did. I'd be shocked if they overturned it.
And we're taking a look now. Ryan described it well, and it was called a touchdown on the field, and it looks like it will remain a touchdown. NBC just showed the 2 head coaches here tonight. Just a quick note on them before we get back to the action. Brian Kelly and Mack Brown. It's 2 of the 3 winningest coaches in the nation. Mack Brown tied with Nick Saban for the most wins. Brian Kelly is closest to them. Kelly in his 31st season and Mack Brown in his 33rd.
Well, it was cool to see Mack Brown back in college football when he got the job at North Carolina. Just, I guess for me, always growing up, Mack Brown was always, in college. That was a sign of college football. One of the cool things, though, I had a coach when I was here under Coach Weiss that was a coach for Texas, and he said there's a sign there in the weight room at Texas that says the eyes of Texas are upon you. And as the coach left for Notre Dame, he said, this sign may be true here, but at Notre Dame, the eyes of the world are upon you. And that was a really cool thing to hear when you're in college. You're like, oh, yeah, the world is watching. We are Notre Dame. Let's go.
The officials are watching the last play that was ruled a touchdown run by Ty Chandler. Dwayne Height, the referee, has been set up on the 11-yard line on the far side of the field, taking a look. Now he's ready to let us know what he saw.
After further review, ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
And Notre Dame has to figure out a way now. They've given up big runs and given up big passes here in just one quarter of play. And the first play of the second quarter is a touchdown. So you got to find some answers here if you're Notre Dame in the next 30 minutes.
Grayson Atkins ready to attempt the extra point for North Carolina. He awaits the snap. There it is. The hold is down. Kick is up, and his extra point is good. North Carolina scores a touchdown on the first play of the second quarter, capping off an 8-play, 81-yard drive. And with only 5 seconds gone in the second quarter, it's now Notre Dame 7 and North Carolina 7.
Well, North Carolina's been playing with speed and urgency. And Notre Dame, defensively specifically, just has not matched that. But a great opportunity for the offense here for Notre Dame. Come out, answer with another touchdown.
Got a glimpse there, Ryan, at that North Carolina offense, led by Sam Howell in his 33rd start, and why they were so highly regarded coming into the season. They were in the preseason top 10. They fell at Virginia Tech, and they've kind of struggled back and forth, up and down since. They're 4-3 coming into the game, but the offense, when it's clicking, led by Sam Howell and Josh Downs and Ty Chandler, certainly one of the best in the ACC.
Well, and Sam Howell's big pass down the sideline to Ty Chandler was huge, as well as Josh Downs.
Chris Tyree underneath the kick, lets it bounce 1 yard deep in the end zone. And Jack Cohn, I see Jack coming out, number 17, will begin this drive. He has shared time with Tyler Buckner so far. It has been mostly Jack Cohn. He's 5 out of 5, but Tyler Buckner is 1 for 1. His completion, a 7-yard touchdown in the first quarter to Avery Davis. Kyron Williams coming off a terrific effort against USC, where he had 31 touches for 180 yards. 6 carries already tonight for 24. He also has 1 catch. Logan Diggs, though, the freshman out of Marrero, Louisiana, is the tailback to the left of Jack Cohn. Cohn fakes to him, flips it out to the left side across the 25 and 30-yard line, and run out of bounds at the 34 is Lorenzo Styles. So a true freshman and a tailback in Logan Diggs. Cohn fakes to him, swings it out to Lorenzo Styles, another true freshman, for a gain of 9.
And Lorenzo Styles is the best wide receiver on this team. He has elite speed, and he's a big body. They got to get him the ball more.
2nd and 1 from their own 34. Cohn takes the shotgun snap, gives to Diggs, hesitates inside, now puts his head down, gets the first down, makes it out to the 38-yard line, working off the near hash here. Chains move. Fighting Irish now have 1st and 10 on their own 38, 14-21 and counting until halftime. Tar Heels and Fighting Irish all tied at 7.
Logan Diggs there looking like he walked to the line of scrimmage with the patience he ran with.
Jack Cohn drops back, pump fake, stands in the pocket, now throws deep down the far sideline, incomplete at the 40-yard line of North Carolina, off the fingertips of Kevin Austin. Austin had a great chance to bring that one in. Tight coverage from Jaquarius Connolly, though, and the ball falls incomplete.
Just a laser from Jack Cohn left to right, and he did a little pump fake to the right. That got the defense to widen out, opening up Kevin Austin, and Austin has to dive for that football. That's a catch.
Empty backfield, 2nd and 10 from the shotgun. Cohn stands in, slides to his left, throws, crossing route to the 45, moving right to left, and run out of bounds is Avery Davis. Caught the ball at the 45 just before he went out of bounds. Middle linebacker Jeremiah Gimmel, the captain and leading tackler, knocked him out of bounds. Gain of 10, Cohn to Davis.
And fantastic patience by Cohn. Davis was really his 3rd read, coming across right to left, hit him perfectly so he could get upfield before he got out of bounds. Awesome throw. Jack Cohn's really on fire to start this game.
7 out of 8, Ryan, and that crossing route, that intermediate to short crossing route that is the 3rd level, whether it's a receiver, a tight end, or running back, such a great option for any quarterback. 1st and 10 now from their own 48. Cohn hands off inside to Diggs, wrapped up in the backfield, and fights to get a couple of yards beyond the line of scrimmage. He gains 2. Safety Trey Morrison was there to bring him down. Clock ticking, 13-19 until halftime. Fighting Irish and Tar Heels all locked at 7. 2nd and 8 coming up here for Notre Dame.
Well, I like Logan Diggs. Coach Kelly's high on him. Kyron Williams really brings a different energy. I'd maybe get Kyron back in the game to keep the energy high for Notre Dame offensively.
Jack Cohn 7 out of 8 now on 2nd down 8. In the shotgun, fakes the handoff, stands in the pocket, throws to the far side, complete, 45, cutting back to the 40, and out across the 35 is Avery Davis, finally tackled at the 30-yard line on that far side, in between the far numbers and far sideline, gain of 20, most of that done by Davis on his own before he's tackled by nickelback Don Chapman.
Well, fantastic read by Jack Cohn. Avery Davis wide open. Then he puts on the moves, gets inside, and lowers the boom as he runs back outside. Whole sideline for Notre Dame pointing at North Carolina defense saying, you got burned.
1st and 10 on the 30. Complete to Michael Mayer across the 25 and run out of bounds at the 22-yard line. He was lined up as the tight end there attached. Quick out, picks up 8 yards from Cohn. And Cohn remains hot here. He's only thrown 1 incompletion. We have 12:20 and counting left until halftime.
Well, they're in rhythm. I like Lorenzo Styles. He's man-to-man on the bottom to Jack Cohn's left.
Cohn 9 out of 10 for 71 yards on 2nd down 2. Play action, stands in the pocket, throws down the far side, out of bounds. The ball sailed out of bounds at the 5-yard line. As Deion Colsey was running a streak route to the end zone, the ball was thrown well behind him. Ryan, he fell down at about the goal line trying to come back to get it, but couldn't get there. And Tyler Buckner comes back onto the field as Jack Cohn jogs off.
Well, Deion Colsey, a freshman wide receiver, you have to learn when you're man-to-man in the red zone, expect the back shoulder throw if you don't have a clean beat on your cornerback. And there, Jack Cohn is on a different page than Deion Colsey.
3rd down and 2 on the far hash for Tyler Buckner, who's in the shotgun. Freshman Logan Diggs to his right. Buckner takes the ball, hands off inside to Diggs, accelerates out to the 17-yard line. He gains 5. And Ryan, that was a patient run. He took the ball and kind of stopped at the line of scrimmage and then darted up for the first.
Well, he waited because he knew Tyler Buckner was running out wide to his right, so he wanted to see what those linebackers were doing. And then an excellent job by Logan Diggs of turning on the burners to get the first down. He was slow and then going 60 like a 0 to 60 Tesla.
10th play of the drive, 1st and 10 on the North Carolina 17. Buckner, quarterback draw across the 20 and met at the 16-yard line as he kind of waited for the offensive line to create some space. That never happened. He gained 1. Tackled by linebacker Cedric Gray.
Now, it's interesting. Tyler Buckner is a football player, not just a quarterback. A lot of quarterbacks I know would never run down the teeth of the defense. They typically want to get outside and find space. But Tyler Buckner's making guys play defense, making them tackle him, running his feet after contact. It's a very impressive performance by a young freshman.
2 carries for 16 yards already. He came in averaging more than 6 yards per carry to back up your sentiment there, Ryan. 2nd down 9 now on the Carolina 16. Buckner remains the quarterback in the shotgun, walks up, points to the middle linebacker. Now ready for the snap. Working the option to the right. Pitches to Williams across the 15, met at the 12. And then he is run out of bounds, pushed back a little bit to the 13. Linebacker Jeremiah Gimmel makes the stop. Gains 2 to bring up 3rd down 6.
And you wonder here, if I'm Coach Kelly, I'm saying we're in 2-down territory right now. Let's run the football here or take a shot to the end zone and see what kind of options we have.
Notre Dame, North Carolina tied at 7, 10:30 left until halftime. Fighting Irish facing 3rd and 6 on the North Carolina 13. Jack Cohn's in the shotgun. He has 3 wideouts to his left. From inside to out, it's Austin Davis and the true freshman Lorenzo Styles.
He's got Michael Mayer man-to-man to his right.
Cohn takes the snap. He's looking to Mayer. Now he's running to his right. Still looking. Throws and just fired that one out of bounds as he was chased out of the pocket, ran to his right. Threw it away to avoid the sack to bring up 4th and 6 on the Carolina 13, and Jonathan Dorr and the field goal team jog out.
And we can see Jack Cohn bleeding from his left wrist a little bit out of the pants. And there, Notre Dame had 3 receivers, but they're all coming left to right. You're on the right hash mark. It's always tough to go to smaller spaces on the field. Really, you want that play to go to the left and give you options to kind of make plays if the play breaks down, as it did right there.
Jonathan Dorr with the ball placed on the right hash on the 21. Attempts his first field goal tonight. This is from 31 yards out. There's the snap. There's the hold. Dorr's kick is up, and it is good. Right down the middle, drawing from right to left for Jonathan Dorr. 10:01 left until halftime here in South Bend. Notre Dame leads North Carolina 10-7 here on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
O'Reilly.
When
you need auto parts, O'ReillyAuto.com is just a few clicks away. We offer convenient options for you to get your parts quickly. Order online and pick up for free at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store. We'll even bring it out curbside. Or you can have your parts delivered right to your door with free shipping on most orders over $35. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Toast to Notre Dame football by raising a pint of Guinness, now a proud partner and official beer of Fighting Irish alumni and fans. Even during these unprecedented times, we're reminded that football, just like a pint of Guinness, is about building the bonds between us all. So here's to the Irish faithful, whether you're Irish by blood or in spirit. Guinness, official beer of Notre Dame Fighting Irish alumni and fans. Please drink responsibly. Diageo Beer Company, New York, New York.
The workplace is changing. Make yours better than it was before and create a workplace people love with Envoy. Don't just come back to better. Envoy. Make hybrid work. Envoy.com. That's Envoy.com.
Would you like a cleaning product that can be used in the garage, the laundry, and the kitchen, and save space in your cabinet? Hi, I'm Bruce Fabrizio, inventor of Simple Green. To learn more, visit us at simplegreen.com.
Simple Green.
You can show your Fighting Irish pride with the new Notre Dame credit card. The new cashback card features iconic designs and exclusive Notre Dame benefits. Bring a piece of campus with you wherever you go. You can apply at NotreDameCreditCard.com. Second of 3 consecutive home games for Notre Dame taking place right now against North Carolina. 31-16 win over USC last week. Navy at home next week. Right now, 10:01 left until halftime. And the Fighting Irish lead the North Carolina Tar Heels 10-7.
And right now, the crowd honoring Kara, who won the Moose Krause Award, the swimmer from the 95 swim team, survived a bus crash and had a kid with special needs who has passed. And what an amazing story Kara is for Notre Dame and all monogram winners. Kara Coleman, one of the greats at Notre Dame.
Monogram club meetings, I know something you're close to and take part in on the home weekends.
Had a board meeting on Friday. I think they call it board meeting because a 10-hour meeting, you do get a little bored.
B-O-R-E-D.
Yes.
Yeah. Carolina bringing out the kick across the 10-yard line, right up the middle to the 15. Emery Simmons, one of the wide receivers for North Carolina, took it 1 yard deep, took it a couple yards deep, and brings it out 18 yards.
Now, I'm looking for Isaiah Foskey to get rolling here. He didn't start in as many passing situations. And one of the things with Isaiah Foskey, yes, he's a great pass rusher. He's also fantastic against the run. And I know from playing against great defensive ends, when you know you got to face them in and out, run or pass, it starts to get into your mind a little bit. So if I'm Marcus Freeman, I'm keeping Isaiah Foskey on the field as much as possible to wreak havoc mentally and physically on the tackles for North Carolina.
Sam Howell, the quarterback for North Carolina, starts this drive 3 out of 4 for 66 yards. First and 10 from the 16. Play action, throws to his left, complete to the 15, 20, 25, running down the far sideline to the 30 and 35-yard line. Freshman tight end Bryson Nesbitt hauls that one in for a 19-yard gain. Tackle made by Tariq Bracy.
Well, North Carolina's using a lot of motion to kind of disguise what they're doing. They are fantastic with the play-action pass, and that's why right there's an opportunity for Brian Nesbitt to get a catch.
First down and 10 now from their own 35. 9:30 and counting until halftime. Notre Dame leads North Carolina 10-7. Sam Howell also running quite a bit this year. 5 carries for 26 yards. He gives inside this team, this time up to the 35 and tackled right when he got to that line of scrimmage. Isaiah Foskey with the tackle for the Irish on Ty Chandler. Gain of only 1.
Well, and Ty Chandler is a much better runner off tackle. I'm not sure why North Carolina's calling that to go right down the gut. You don't want to go to Kurt Heinisch and Myron Tungabailoa Amosa, I promise you. And they found that out on that play.
Second down 10 now for Sam Howell. Tar Heel offense top 20 in the nation in points and total yards with 7 points so far. Howell in trouble in the pocket, runs out to his left across the 35 and 40, turns the corner up to the 45-yard line and picks up the first down. He was an inch away from being dropped for a sack, but shows some pretty good speed to pick up 9 yards. Houston Griffith with the tackle. Ryan, I watch a play like that and wonder why the last 2 years he wasn't more of a runner.
Yeah, he's probably trying to protect his draft status, but Sam Howell, one of the things I tell people all the time, the quarterback position is about making decisions and doing it quickly. Sam Howell didn't like what he had downfield, pulled it down, decided to run right away. No trying to figure out if he can run and then create a pass. He was running, and he got that first down.
Highest ranked quarterback Notre Dame has faced all season long in terms of efficiency in the nation. 1st and 10 on the 45, and the Notre Dame defense comes up with a stop behind the line of scrimmage. On the handoff to the left side, Myron Tungavailoa-Amosa brings down Ty Chandler for a loss of 2.
And Myron Tungavailoa-Amosa came out of his stance like he was running a 100-meter dash, came all the way from the right side of the North Carolina offense and tackled Chandler all the way on the left hash mark. So phenomenal pursuit by the senior.
Notre Dame has North Carolina in a little bit of a hole here on 2nd down, 2nd and 12 from their own 43, ball on the far hash. Here comes the blitz on Howell. He steps up to the left. He'll keep it himself across the 40, 45, sidesteps a tackle and gets out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Clarence Lewis, the quarterback for the Fighting Irish, came up to make the stop. Gain of 3. It's now 3rd down 9. North Carolina on their own 46-yard line.
And Drew White came with a blitz there on the last play that forced Sam Howell to run. But Sam Howell's looking a little hesitant, gotten hit a few times, and he carried that football. And you got to protect against everything right now if you're Notre Dame. Sam Howell can take off. They can go deep to Josh Downs, or they can screen to Ty Chandler.
Josh Downs, his top receiver, top 5 in the nation, 1 catch so far.
Notre Dame's rushing only 2 down linemen.
Notre Dame eventually brings 4. Howell stands in, throws to the near side, low at the 40-yard line. Diving effort, and the catch is made. Wow. The low and hard, deep out route to the near sideline. Antoine Green went down to pick it up. Gain of 15.
Fantastic throw by Sam Howell, left to right. Just throws it with everything he can. He couldn't follow through because of the defense of Notre Dame. Excellent catch.
1st and 10 now on the Notre Dame 39-yard line. To the ground game, they run right up the middle to Ty Chandler. Nothing going there. Howard Cross, defensive tackle for the Fighting Irish, makes the stop. And they give him a gain of 1 there, Ryan, to bring up 2nd down 9.
J.D. Bertrand coming on the blitz, forced that football back. Notre Dame's figuring out the run game as it goes to Ty Chandler, running back for North Carolina. And North Carolina already showing a different formation to try and create some possibilities.
Sam Howell, the leading rusher for the Tar Heels, 6 carries for 36 yards. He's in the shotgun on 2nd down 10. Drops back, looks to his left. Wide receiver screen, complete. 40, 35, cutting across the field to the near side. 25, 20, 15, and run out of bounds is Josh Downs. The quick flip to the left for Howell, and Downs caught the ball and just worked his way across the field to the near side here, picking up 30 yards.
Well, Nana Asafo-Mensah had an opportunity to deflect the football, but a unique wide receiver screen. Typically, it's the bubble screen. The receiver stays play side where they catch it. But there, Josh Downs going all the way to the right as he caught the football streaking across the field.
1st and goal from the 8. Ty Chandler up the middle, tripped up and lunges forward to the 5-yard line. And North Carolina scored a touchdown, Ryan, on the first play of the 2nd quarter. They are once again driving, trailing the Fighting Irish 10-7. 5:09 left until halftime. 2nd down goal from the 6-yard line. Sam Howell has the ball on the near hash. DJ Jones, the tailback, to his left on the 10th play of this drive.
Paging Cam Hart.
Howell wants to pass. Now a run up to the 5. Puts his head down. Dives into the end zone for the North Carolina touchdown. Penalty marker thrown and lying on the 8-yard line.
You can get holding on North Carolina.
Holding. Offense. Number 73. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Sometimes when you get that quarterback draw, the defender gets upfield so fast in the pass rush, you got to try and clamp him down, and that's what happened to right guard Marcus McKeithen.
So Notre Dame will gladly accept that penalty. The ball is backed up now as the Tar Heels are moving toward the touchdown Jesus end zone here in South Bend. They'll have 2nd and goal from the 16. 4:51 until halftime and trailing 10-7.
That's a great penalty for the Notre Dame defense.
Sam Howell looking to his left. He has 2 wideouts there. He drops back. Notre Dame rushes 4. Howell stands in, throws short to his right, complete at the 12-yard line. Wrapped up low, hit high, and driven back. Gain of 5 yards. Drew White there to make the stop. Antoine Green, the wide receiver, and 6'2", 210. made that catch before he was drilled. It's 3rd and goal from the 11-yard line.
If I'm Notre Dame here, I am not blitzing. I'm giving your defensive line time to get to Sam Howell, using a back to spy the quarterback who's taken off and ran 3 times now for huge gains.
See how Notre Dame lines up defensively. 3rd and goal from the 11. Leading North Carolina 10-7. 4:10 until halftime. Fighting Irish line up with 5 down linemen. All 5 come. Howell looks. He's in trouble. Down he goes. Howell sacked middle of the field. Isaiah Foskey was there first. Jason Ademilola was there second. Loss of 10.
Well, an amazing play. Isaiah Foskey just fighting around the right tackle and hitting Sam Howell right where the ball was. Startled Sam Howell a bit. He tried to stand up and back away, but the wrap-up came from Jason Ademilola as well. Excellent team sack right there for Notre Dame defensively. Big stop.
Foskey 2 sacks last week against USC. He started that one. North Carolina on to attempt the field goal. Grayson Atkins from 39 yards out on the right hash. Snap, hold, kick is up. And his kick is good. North Carolina with a pair of scoring drives here in the second quarter. 1 touchdown drive and a field goal drive. 39-yard field goal there. 3:22 left until halftime. Notre Dame and North Carolina all tied at 10. You're listening to Fighting Irish Football.
Bill's Collision will get you out of the fix you're in.
Fall can be challenging on Michiana's roads and highways. Autumn means slippery roads and driving in darkness for your morning and evening commute. This includes difficult visibility for drivers at sunrise and sunset. In addition, toss in rain and fog, construction zones, school bus traffic, and the occasional deer sighting. Driving can be dangerous and downright stressful, even more so if you have an accident. If you're involved in a major crash or a minor fender bender, put your mind at ease with a trip to Bill's Collision. In addition to restoring your car to its pre-accident condition, Bill's will take care of preparing the estimates, filing the insurance claims, and they'll even assist you finding alternate transportation. If you experience an auto accident, ease your stress. Bring your car to Bill's Collision, located on U.S. Highway 20, just west of State Road 13 in Middlebury.
Bill's Collision will get you out of the fix you're in.
With so much financial uncertainty, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Sean Stevens, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, you can work together to help ensure you're prepared for the future. After all, retirement isn't the end of the road, it's a new beginning. Call 574-299-1287 to learn more. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Notre Dame football on Sunny 101.5.
Tourism Ireland and Notre Dame Athletics have teamed up to bring you the best of Ireland. Visit UND.com/thebestofIreland to learn how you can enter for the chance to win a trip to Ireland for 2. Tourism Ireland, official partner of Notre Dame Athletics. Terms and conditions do apply. See website for details. That whistle means that North Carolina is ready to kick the ball off after a 39-yard field goal by Grayson Atkins ended a 12-play, 63-yard drive. Notre Dame, North Carolina all tied at 10, 3:22 until halftime, and the kick sailed through the back of the end zone, so the Fighting Irish will begin on their own 25-yard line with 3:22 left and only 1 timeout remaining. Let's see Jack Cohn. He's been hot, 9 out of 12. 72% the last 2 games coming into this against Virginia Tech and USC. And at 75 now, as he is set to begin what will likely be the last drive here of the first half.
That's wild how fast this game has gone, and it also tells you how much offense has been had and produced on the field. I'll tell you something, though. That was a fantastic stop right there by the Notre Dame defense to get to this point in the game. And if you're Notre Dame offensively, you got to start taking some shots downfield. But I also like Kyron Williams in the run game.
Looking down at the numbers here as the Notre Dame offense and the North Carolina defense remain on their sidelines as we're still in a TV timeout here in South Bend. I mentioned that Jack Cohn is 9 out of 12. His top receiver has been the senior captain, Avery Davis. He has 4 catches for 42 yards. And now he has 24 on the season, Ryan, to match his total from all of last year. quite a story. Came in as an all-state quarterback out of Texas, moved to receiver, then running back, then to defense, then back to running back, and has really found a home as a slot receiver here for the Fighting Irish.
Well, I say it all the time in my keynote speeches. Your willingness dictates your success, and Avery Davis showed a willingness a lot of players wouldn't show in the transfer portal age that we find ourselves in.
Good point.
And it's fun to see him get rewarded. And that lesson, if you're Coach Kelly, for a lot of other players on the team. And Wisconsin just took it to Iowa. Sorry to bring that up, Paul. But, I mean, Drew Pine was a guy we talked about like that earlier in the year, too. Somebody who probably could start anywhere else in the nation and has bided his time here to give some opportunity and options to Notre Dame, goes out and helps you win against Wisconsin. So those stories, that builds a stronger program.
Hey, as long as we're talking about top 10 teams, whether I went to school there or not, Ryan.
Yes, bring up Michigan. Bring up Michigan. Let's go.
They had lost in front of Notre Dame, and they come in here 6-1 and ranked 11. So 9th-ranked Iowa goes down 27-7 in Madison, clearing up some space up there in the top 10. And then in a terrific game in East Lansing, Michigan State coming back at number 8 to knock off number 6 Michigan 37-33. So those two teams would likely drop below 11. First things first, though, 3:22 left until halftime in South Bend, and Notre Dame and North Carolina all tied at 10.
Penn State's up 7-3. So there are a lot of movement. This is start the climb. Notre Dame climbing back up to get into that top 8 in the college football playoffs. It's going to be an awesome year.
Hey, Ole Miss ranked number 10. They trail Auburn late in the first, 21-17. Tyler Buckner checks in at quarterback here late in the first half. Buckner has 2 carries for 16 yards, also has a touchdown pass from 7 yards out to Avery Davis. This is 1st down and 10 from his own 25-yard line. Takes the shotgun snap, hands off right up the middle to Kyron Williams, makes it across that 25 to the 27, short gain of 2. Tyler Buckner jogs out. George Takis, the tight end, jogs out with him. And Jack Cohn comes back in.
I'd like to see a little more Tyler Buckner. I feel that there's so much more we haven't seen from him. A good job by the coaching staff developing him and giving him a couple of key things to focus on. But he throws with great anticipation as well, and he can throw it downfield.
Cohn's in shotgun, middle of the field, 2nd down 8 on the 27, stands in a nice pocket, throws over the middle, complete to Michael Mayer, 45-50, stiff arm, and fights out to the 43-yard line. Michael Mayer hit in rhythm across the middle of the field, worked his way to the near side, picks up 29 yards before safety Trey Morrison got him down. It's 1st and 10 Notre Dame on the North Carolina 43, 2:39 and counting until halftime. Cohn, 1st down and 10 from the shotgun, drops back in the pocket, has time again, fires over the middle to Mayer again. Ball goes through his hands, incomplete. A lot of contact. We're looking for a flag, and we don't see it. Just an incompletion to bring up 2nd down 10.
I cannot believe there's not a flag on the field. I mean, it was Michael Mayer got hit by Kelly, the safety, 2 yards before the ball came his way. The ball did go off of Michael Mayer's hands, but contact was made prior to the catch.
Michael Mayer, 3 catches, 41 yards. 2nd down 10 now from the 43, 2:31 until halftime, all tied at 10. The sweep around the right side to Avery Davis across the 40, hit high, keeps his feet, it makes it out to the 35. In between the far numbers and the far sideline before he's tackled. Kyron Williams, the tailback, with a nice block there to help Davis get 9 yards.
Well, Tommy Reese called that same play Braden Lindsey had, but called it to the open side field. That allowed Avery Davis to build up his speed and dart forward for the big game.
2:05 and counting. Cohn takes the shotgun snap, gives to Williams. He's in trouble in the backfield, and he's tackled for a loss. Didn't make it back to the line of scrimmage. And on 3rd and short, that was costly because now it'll be 4th down and a long 2 yards.
Offense is staying on the field.
Offense stays on, 4th and 2 on the North Carolina 35, 1:44 and counting until halftime. Notre Dame, North Carolina tied at 10. Cohn from the shotgun, barking out signals. Now looks over to his sideline. We wonder now, we've seen this before, if they will even run a play. Whistles blow.
Timeout. North Carolina, the 3rd and final timeout of the half. Timeout.
Carolina calls timeout. That was their final timeout there. 1:33 until halftime. And it's fair to wonder if they'll bring in Tyler Buckner here to maybe execute more of a running threat here on 4th and 2 from the Tar Heel 35.
And the Tar Heels there had 10 players on the field, so that's why they took a timeout.
And we'll take a timeout as well. 1:33 until halftime. North Carolina, Notre Dame all tied at 10 on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Do you bleed gold and blue? There's a bank for you. Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics. And right now, Credit Union One is giving die-hard fans best-in-class banking benefits with the Fighting Irish debit card. Sign up for your card today at creditunion1.org/Irish and put your money where your heart is. Credit Union One, better banking for all of us. By Members' Choice, this institution is not federally insured.
Would you like a cleaning product that can be used in the garage, the laundry, and the kitchen, and save space in your cabinet? Hi, I'm Bruce Fabrizio, inventor of Simple Green. Concentrated all-purpose Simple Green is the answer for versatile cleaning throughout your home and garage. I'm so certain you'll love Simple Green. If you're not 100% satisfied, I'll give you your money back. To learn more, visit us at simplegreen.com.
Simple Green, Simple Green.
Eager to go where the road doesn't? With the all-new 2022 Nissan Frontier, nothing's out of bounds. Climb rocks and sail through mud with available locking differentials that'll help you tackle almost any trail and dominate rugged terrain with 310 horsepower in a premium cabin with available advanced tech. In the all-new 2022 Nissan Frontier, the adventure begins where the road ends. Find your Frontier. Shop NissanUSA.com today.
Notre Dame beat USC 31-16 here in South Bend last week to run the record to 6-1. Right now they are hosting North Carolina, 1:34 until halftime. Tar Heels have 10 points, Fighting Irish have 10 points, and Notre Dame facing 4th down and 2 on the North Carolina 35-yard line. Jack Cohn remains in at quarterback after the timeout. He's lined up in the shotgun and has Kyron Williams to his right.
We're getting a lot of views of the crowd. We've already seen the Mandalorian. A full cow, not like the half cow, a full cow outfit. That's interesting.
4th and 2 from the shotgun. Cohn waiting for the snap. Now stands up and looks over to the Notre Dame sideline.
They might just be trying to get North Carolina to jump off sides.
Would be a 52-yard field goal attempt if they decided to go that way. They have 6 seconds on the play clock. Cohn takes the snap. Here comes the blitz. He stands in, holds, throws low, incomplete to the near sideline. Late penalty marker comes in from the back judge. So an incompletion and a flag raining in from the defensive backfield.
I love the play call because everybody in the stadium's thinking run. You've got an accurate and experienced quarterback.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 4. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic, first down.
That safety, Trey Morrison, the senior, called for that penalty on 4th and 2. The incompletion on the short throw to the left for Cohn. Now is 1:29 left until halftime, all tied at 10 between Notre Dame and North Carolina. And the Fighting Irish will face 1st and 10. The ball moving in the right direction for them on the 21-yard line now of the Tar Heels.
That was a huge penalty and a huge opportunity now for Notre Dame as North Carolina gets the ball back at half and has no timeouts.
Jack Cohn takes the snap, play action, stands in, lofts one down the near sideline to Kevin Austin. 3 yards deep in the end zone, made the catch. Was he in? We're waiting for the call. Still no signal. They're celebrating. We'll call it a touchdown. 10 seconds later, we have no call from the officials.
He was down in the corner. The official signaled it quick, and they started talking about it. But a beautiful rainbow throw from Jack Cohn to the back shoulder of Kevin Austin, who gets his left foot down before his right foot goes out of bounds. That's a touchdown. Go Irish.
Nobody made a call.
Crazy.
They're lining up to kick an extra point. We'll call it a touchdown. 1:23 left here in the second quarter. Kevin Austin with the apparent touchdown reception to make it 16-10. Jonathan Dorn waits for the snap. There it is. There's the hold. His kick is up, and it is good. 1:23 until halftime. Jack Cohn, touchdown pass to Kevin Austin, and it's 17-10, Fighting Irish over the Tar Heels here on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Do you bleed gold and blue? There's a bank for you. Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics. And right now, Credit Union One is giving die-hard fans best-in-class banking benefits with the Fighting Irish debit card. Sign up for your card today at creditunionone.org/Irish and put your money where your heart is. Credit Union One, better banking for all of us. By Members' Choice, this institution is not federally insured.
So as you guys know, Mark's gone.
The float artist at Fred's Floral just took off, days before the parade. They need a replacement before business passes them by.
Oh, and who am I going to get to finish the float?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The Cooper Discoverer Rugged Trek is a tire that checks all the boxes of what you need in a truck tire and throws in everything you want on top of it. Start with must-haves like stone blockades to protect you in rough terrain and whisper groups for quiet freeway driving. Add to that dual sidewalls that let you choose between two different designs to show your truck's wild side. And the Cooper Discoverer Rugged Trek is a tire that doesn't force you to choose between what you need from a truck tire and what you want in a truck tire. So go with the truck tire that has it all. Go with the Coopers. Learn more at coopertire.com.
Jack Cohn just with a 21-yard touchdown completion to Kevin Austin Cohn on that drive, by the way, 3 out of 4 for 59 yards. 6 plays, 75 yards, only 1:59 off the clock. Notre Dame leads North Carolina 17-10. 1:23 left until halftime.
Well, they're not out of the woods against these Tar Heels because there's a minute 23 left, and Sam Howell has enough accuracy and weapons to get down the field. Good thing for Notre Dame. North Carolina's without any timeouts, so it's got to be quick, and they got to be protecting the sideline if you're the defensive backs for Notre Dame defensively coming out on this drive.
Sam Howell hasn't thrown the ball a whole lot, Ryan, but he's made good use out of his attempts. 7 out of 8 for 136 yards. Also the leading rusher for North Carolina. I think that's a good sign here for what Marcus Freeman and the Notre Dame defense has done. The quarterback has 9 carries for 28 yards. His top tailback, Ty Chandler, just 9 rushes for 17.
Just a fun, action-packed first half here of this game. A lot of scoring, a lot of amazing plays made by the quarterbacks.
Dorr kicks the ball off. A low kickoff lands on the 4-yard line. From 1 yard deep, here comes Emery Simmons across the 15 and the 20, near sideline 25-30. Cuts it back across the 35 and makes it out near the 40-yard line. A return of 41 yards for the junior wide receiver, Emery Simmons. Jack Kaiser, the Rover linebacker for the Fighting Irish, eventually made that tackle. But with 1:15 until halftime, that's a pretty good pickup there for the Tar Heels. They'll have first down and 10 on their own 40-yard line. No timeouts remaining. They called 2 quick ones on offense in the first quarter. So they'll have to go this whole way, if they can go the whole way, without timeouts. And a quarterback who was the preseason ACC Player of the Year in Sam Howell has the ball in the near hash. Takes the snap, hands off inside across the 40, 50. A little bit of room now inside of Notre Dame territory. Up to the 45-yard line. DJ Jones. Tariq Bracy made the tackle, gain of 14 yards.
A quick run up the middle for a positive play right there.
Clock ticking, 1:04 left. Howell hands off again across the 45-40. Tackled low out to the 38-yard line goes DJ Jones. Gain of 8 yards. DJ Brown, the safety, made the tackle, but North Carolina with a return out to the Notre Dame 40. 2 plays later, they have 2nd and 2 on the Fighting Irish 38. 58 seconds until halftime. Howell, middle of the field. The whistles blew right before he took the snap.
Ooh, lucky for North Carolina because Jason Ademilola was coming for Sam Howell.
And an officials meeting there, impromptu at the 38-yard line.
We'll probably move the clock back to 58
Officials
seconds.
Timeout was taken to make sure that the chains were set up properly. 2nd down and 2. Game clock will start on my signal.
Wow. That's strange. I never in a game had an official timeout to make sure the chains were set. Is it Halloween tomorrow?
Most certainly is. Second down 2 from the 38-yard line. And they're still discussing 1, 2, 3, 4 officials involved now in figuring this one out.
I don't know what's happening right now.
Yeah, please reset the game clock to 57 seconds. 57 seconds. Game clock will start on my signal.
Now this stoppage is a benefit for Notre Dame because defensively they haven't been able to rotate. So now the corners get some extra breath, linebackers as well, and they get to regroup and refocus and remember the situation they're in.
And now the official is talking to Sam Howell on the near hash here at the 43-yard line. Clock set at 57 seconds. Now we're ready for play. 55 and counting. Howell takes a shotgun snap. A run play across the left side, 35-30, and brought down to the 28-yard line at the 29. Tar Heels now well within field goal range after a run play of 9 yards. Now they're on the left hash. Leaning on the ground game here, 42 seconds and counting. Notre Dame leads 17-10. Howell drops back, throws over the middle, strike, complete, and tackled middle of the field at the 16-yard line. Josh Downs for a gain of 13 yards.
That was a big catch over the middle for Downs. They have to find Downs if you're Notre Dame's defense and stop him from catching the football.
26 seconds and counting, middle of the field. Howell takes the snap, in trouble, steps up, going to keep it across the 15, and net spins out, goes down to the 9-yard line. Hard running from Sam Howell. 16, 15, 14 seconds and counting. North Carolina, no timeouts, trailing Notre Dame 17-10. They're back on the ball. Howell under center, kills the clock, just spikes the ball. 7 seconds until halftime. Notre Dame up 17-10. And Howell now jogging over the sideline. They'll come in to attempt a field goal.
I don't like the field goal here. You got 7 seconds. That's enough time to see if Josh Downs can get to the end zone on a look-you-like. If you don't like it, throw it out of the back of the end zone.
No timeouts, though, is the killer for them, though, Ryan.
Yeah.
So Grayson Atkins comes on from the left hash. He's 1 for 1 tonight from 39 yards out. This one from 26 yards away. You hear the whistles blow just before the snap.
47 yards from the left hash. Grayson Atkins.
And his kick is up and good. The whistles blew right after the snap.
That was strange.
But they went ahead with the field goal that was good. So with 2 seconds left until halftime, Notre Dame leads 17-13.
Just a strange turn of events out here. And Notre Dame, though, good to stop North Carolina from scoring a touchdown. You got a 4-point lead you'll take into halftime with North Carolina getting the ball.
Well, we kind of expected a lot of good offense here and some excitement, and we've had it in South Bend. Notre Dame up on North Carolina 17-13. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Notre Dame Radio Network.
This is WNSN South Bend, home of Notre Dame football. Presented by South Bend Orthopedics.
All set for kickoff now. Atkins walking up, kicks the ball off low. Ground ball of a kickoff, fielded at the 25-yard line, and then taking a knee immediately was George Takis, the tight end. 1 second remaining. And I would assume that Jack Cohn will come out with a couple of players lined up behind him to make sure everything stays safe. He'll take the snap and take a knee and take that 4-point lead into the halftime locker room.
Perhaps a little foreshadowing. Hopefully Notre Dame can end the game like this.
Jack Cohn under center takes the snap. Avery Davis is 10 yards behind him. Jack takes a knee. Notre Dame turns around and jogs toward its tunnel. And it's halftime here in South Bend. Notre Dame leads North Carolina 17-13. Let's go back to Tony Simeone for the Notre Dame halftime report.
All right, Paul, thank you very much. A very interesting end to the half there as the Irish will take a 17-13 lead into the locker room. Plenty to do here at halftime as we get a chance to look at the college football scoreboard. Plenty of interesting scores around college football today that Notre Dame fans have their eyes on. We'll also get a chance to relive some of the highlights from that first half and talk to Ryan Harris about the keys to half number 2. All that coming up and more. This is the Notre Dame Football Radio Network.
Your locally owned Auto Value Auto Parts store is your authorized AC Delco parts supplier, offering you thousands of original equipment parts that'll fit your vehicle's needs. And for original equipment parts online, just go to myautovaluestore.com. And don't forget, we offer same-day in-store pickup or convenient ship-to-home service for online orders. Auto Value and AC Delco, your number one choice for parts that are correct, first time, every time. Find out more and shop online at myautovaluestore.com.
But we have a truck leaving with a big order on Tuesday.
Tina's floor manager retired, leaving her tortilla factory flat out.
What do you mean she's on a silent retreat?
She must fill the role and all those orders.
She's gonna oversee production.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Schedule virtual interviews and talk to candidates right from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
So you finally got your credit score up to 700. You're feeling good, about to get a new credit card with rewards. You apply and, ooh, it's not approved. And that knocks your score right out of the 700 club. There's a better way. Next time, go to Credit Karma and check out your approval odds first so you can find a card you're more likely to get approved for. And with over 100 million members, there are plenty of reviews to help you choose. Get your free credit scores and find the right card for you at Credit Karma. Approval not guaranteed, subject to checks.
Get stylish, durable flooring for your home that will last a lifetime. And get it installed with help from Lowe's. Get Stainmaster Pet Protect carpet starting at just $199 per square foot. And Pergo Wet Protect laminate starting at $249 per square foot. Both with limited lifetime warranties. Order now, only at Lowe's. Home to any budget, home to any possibility. Install available in-store only and through independent contractors. See Lowe's.com for details and licensing. U.S. only. See Lowe's.com product detail page for more warranty information.
Welcome to Halftime on the Notre Dame Radio Network. Your complete first half recap is coming up as we send you inside our network studio. Here's Tony Simeone.
Notre Dame has a 17-13 lead over North Carolina. Tony Simeone with you in the studio here. Irish and Tar Heels in a good one tonight, and Notre Dame got off to a good start in this one. After not scoring on the opening drive, the offense was what we've seen for most of the year. Both quarterbacks getting in the mix. Tyler Buckner and Jack Cohn split some snaps on the second drive of the game, and with Tyler Buckner in at quarterback, he connected for the first touchdown of the ball game.
Buckner takes the snap, looks to pass, flips it out to Avery Davis. 5, easily into the end zone. Avery Davis, the captain, makes it 6-0 Notre Dame. 3:25 left in the first quarter.
As you heard Paul mention, the senior captain Avery Davis able to get into the end zone for the first touchdown of the game. UNC, though, has looked pretty sharp offensively for their part. They came right back on the very next series to make it a 7-7 game. They went 8 plays, 81 yards to tie the score. Notre Dame's offense then was able to string together another solid drive that resulted in a field goal from Jonathan Dorr. So it was 10-7 at one point in this one. And then North Carolina had the offense moving. And the story in this first half for North Carolina is 2 really costly penalties. Sam Howell actually ran the ball into the end zone for what appeared to be a go-ahead touchdown to make it 14-10, but a flag for holding brought the ball back. The Notre Dame defense then was facing 2nd and goal from the 16. They were able to hold them to just 4 yards, so it was 3rd and goal from the 12 when the defense picked up their first sack of the game.
4:10 until halftime. Fighting Irish line up with 5 down linemen. All 5 come. Howell looks. He's in trouble. Down he goes. Howell sacked middle of the field. Isaiah Foskey was there first. Jason Ademilola was there second. Loss of 10.
Foskey and Ademilola each credited for half of a sack. As you heard Paul mention, Foskey was the first one that got there, really created the pressure, and then Ademilola put it away. So it forced a 39-yard field goal attempt. What could have been 7 became just 3 points for North Carolina, and the game was tied at 10. Ensuing drive for Notre Dame, they came right back, and again, another very costly penalty for North Carolina as the Irish were driving the ball across midfield. They faced 4th and 2 at the 35-yard line, had to call a timeout with about 1:35 left on the clock. Jack Cohn had time to throw. He threw, and it was incomplete, but a flag came out. There was a face mask called that gave the Irish a first down inside the red zone, and on the next play, they took advantage.
Jack Cohn takes the snap, play action, stands in, lofts one down the near sideline to Kevin Austin, 3 yards deep in the end zone, made the catch. Was he in? We're waiting for the call. Still no signal. They're celebrating. We'll call it a touchdown.
So Notre Dame got the lead back with that touchdown, 17-10, with about a minute 15 yet left, and no timeouts for North Carolina. Give them a lot of credit. They ran the ball very effectively in a 2-minute drill to set up a field goal just before time expired to make it 17-13, and that's the score at intermission. Quick look at the stats in this one. All the quarterbacks playing quite well. Jack Cohn is 12 for 16 for 131 yards and a touchdown. Tyler Buckner's thrown it just once, but it resulted in that touchdown you heard from Avery Davis. On the other side, Sam Howell, look at this, 8 for 9, 149 yards passing. He's also run the ball 10 times for 35 yards. A really good, efficient offensive duel between Notre Dame and North Carolina right now. Should be a really exciting second half. Again, the Irish lead 17-13. We'll step aside and come back to look around the college football scoreboard after this. You're listening to Fighting Irish Football. Tourism Ireland and Notre Dame.
Light up your holiday season with Cirque Dreams Holiday. Live at Silver Creek Event Center at Four Winds, New Buffalo. 2 great shows, December 18th and December 19th. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster. It's a unique family holiday experience brought to life by soaring aerialists, contortionists, acrobats, musicians, and more. Cirque Dreams Holiday, December 18th and 19th, live at Four Winds Casino. Your entertainment escape.
Yeah, that's right. I bet you didn't expect to see me here. Well, here I am. Let me tell you about a little something called respect. You ever heard of it? You know what? I think it's not...
You're good at using your time in the shower to replay conversations and say what you should have said. We're good at your insurance. Find an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
I think it's time for you to get out. You should just leave.
For many children in northern Indiana, school meals may be their only meals. What happens when they go home over the weekend? I'm Mary Jo Martinek with the Food Bank of Northern Indiana. Our Food for Kids backpack program supplies students with food for weekends and holiday breaks. A $150 investment feeds one child for the school year. You can help. Find out how at feedindiana.org.
While we're in lawn and garden, I was thinking I should pick up one of those little things for watering my plants.
A hose?
No, the things that look like teapots, but for plants. You know, you tip it over and it goes blah, 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 blah.
You're good at describing words you've forgotten.
Like those things that give the plants a shower, you know, that you fill up.
A watering can?
Yes, a watering can. I knew that.
We're good at your insurance. Find an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Notre Dame football on Sunny 101.5.
Halftime between Notre Dame and North Carolina, and it's the Irish with a 17-13 lead at the intermission. Tony Simeone with you here in the studio. Quick look around the college football scoreboard. Plenty of scores of interest for Notre Dame fans, considering that the Irish are now 11th in the AP poll, and some teams right in front of them lost today. Of course, Michigan going down against Michigan State. They blow a 16-point lead. The Spartans get the big win, remain undefeated, and Michigan now takes their first loss, 37-33. The final, Michigan State remains undefeated. Ohio State right now playing Penn State. That was a 7-3 ball game. Penn State had the lead, but Ohio State's rattled off a couple of touchdowns. They now lead by 10. It's 17-7. So it looked like number 5 was on the ropes. They've gotten their footing there in Columbus. Also, another game to keep an eye on right now is Ole Miss and Auburn. Ole Miss is right in front of Notre Dame in the AP poll, ranked 10th, but Auburn, 18th in the country, has a 28-17 lead over Ole Miss. So if that game remains final as such, Notre Dame would likely jump them. All eyes are going to be on that college football playoff show on Tuesday when everyone gets an idea of where the committee thinks Notre Dame belongs. One more score of note, Iowa also lost today as well to Wisconsin, 27-7. They were ranked 9th and a one-loss team, so they'll likely fall back. So Iowa, Ole Miss, and Michigan all in front of Notre Dame could drop. You could see Notre Dame as high as 8th next week. And again, you got to remember their only loss this season is against number 2 Cincinnati. So their resume continues to improve, but still plenty of work left to do. They got to find a way to win tonight. First things first. They lead 17-13 over North Carolina. When we come back, we'll check in with Ryan Harris for the keys to the second half. This is the Notre Dame Football Radio Network.
O'Reilly. Are your wiper blades chattering, skipping, or squeaking? Don't let streaks or smearing on your windshield compromise your visibility. When it's time to replace your wiper blades, stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and see our selection. Our professional parts people will even install your new wiper blades while you wait. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, the new Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan. So make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Would you like a cleaning product that can be used in the garage, the laundry, and the kitchen, and save space in your cabinet? Hi, I'm Bruce Fabrizio, inventor of Simple Green. Concentrated all-purpose Simple Green is the answer for versatile cleaning throughout your home and garage. I'm so certain you'll love Simple Green. If you're not 100% satisfied, I'll give you your money back. To learn more, visit us at simplegreen.com.
Simple Green, Simple Green.
Toast to Notre Dame football by raising a pint of Guinness, now a proud partner and official beer of Fighting Irish alumni and fans. Even during these unprecedented times, we're reminded that football, just like a pint of Guinness, is about building the bonds between us all. So here's to the Irish faithful, whether you're Irish by blood or in spirit. Guinness, official beer of Notre Dame Fighting Irish alumni and fans. Please drink responsibly. Diageo Beer Company, New York, New York.
Tourism Ireland and Notre Dame Athletics have teamed up to bring you the best of Ireland. Enter for the chance to win a trip to Ireland for two. The grand prize includes 2 round-trip economy airline tickets from the winner's nearest Ireland gateway in the USA, 6 nights accommodation, including a night in the castle, and a 7-day car rental. Discover all the stunning castles, dramatic coastlines, friendly locals, and charming cobbled streets. The best of Ireland awaits. Visit UND.com/thebestofIreland and enter for the chance to win. Tourism Ireland, official partner of Notre Dame Athletics. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Do you bleed gold and blue? There's a bank for you. Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics. And right now, Credit Union One is giving die-hard fans best-in-class banking benefits with the Fighting Irish debit card. Sign up for your card today at creditunionone.org/Irish and put your money where your heart is. Credit Union One, better banking for all of us. By Members' Choice, this institution is not federally insured.
Halftime between Notre Dame and North Carolina, and it's the Irish with a 17-13 lead over the Tar Heels. Tony Simeone with you here in the studio. Going to bring Ryan Harris back in, who's up in the booth, who's seen the entire first half up close and in person. And Ryan, I'll ask you first about the defense. The Irish forced a punt on the first drive, but the last 3 drives for North Carolina have all resulted in points with a touchdown and 2 field goals. So what is Carolina doing that's making it difficult for the Irish to get off the field?
Well, Sam Howell has been a force to be reckoned with his legs. That's been an issue. And then also giving up key possessions to Josh Downs and Ty Chandler that had big plays. Both had plays over 10 yards at one point there in that second quarter. So you have to limit the big plays. I anticipate Notre Dame comes out in more of a zone look with a spy on Sam Howell to keep him from running downfield. Similarly, Notre Dame's had a lot of success on offense. They punted on their first drive, and they've scored on their last 3. Jack Cohen's been really solid, 12 for 16. When Buckner's come in, he's looked strong. What have you seen from the Irish offense that gives you optimism going into the second half? Well, I see the physicality of the offensive line by Notre Dame. They've been dominant, and they have to continue to be dominant for the rest of the game. I also expect a couple more options for Jack Cohen or Tyler Buckner throwing the football downfield. A couple of the plays were called to the wrong side of the field as typically called. I believe they'll iron that out here at halftime and come out on the same page, calling the right plays, getting the ball to multiple different receivers. All right, Ryan, appreciate it. We'll talk to you after the game. Ryan Harris and Paul will be back with the call of the second half after this timeout. 17-13, Notre Dame with the lead. Second half coming after this on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
At Lowe's, we believe fashion and function should live together, especially when it comes to flooring. That's why we put together a showroom with the top stylish brands like Bruce Hardwood, SmartCore Luxury Vinyl, and Satori Tile, all known for their reliable durability. See everything our showroom has in store for you. Order now and get it installed with help from Lowe's. Home to any budget, home to any possibility. Install available in-store only and through independent contractors. See Lowe's.com for details and licensing. U.S. only.
Ready to start planning your next trip to South Bend? Get ideas and inspiration, itineraries, upcoming events, restaurant tips, hotel recommendations, and more by visiting the all-new visitsouthbend.com. Your next great weekend getaway awaits. After all, Mondays can wait.
Weather looking nasty? Don't change your plans, change your wiper blades. Michelin wiper blades use advanced technology to hug your windshield, to channel away water, snow, and ice so you can see clearly and drive confidently. Upgrade to Michelin wiper blades, available on Amazon Prime.
Toast to Notre Dame football by raising a pint of Guinness. Now a proud partner and official beer of Fighting Irish alumni and fans. Even during these unprecedented times, we're reminded that football, just like a pint of Guinness, is about building the bonds between us all. So here's to the Irish faithful, whether you're Irish by blood or in spirit. Guinness, official beer of Notre Dame Fighting Irish alumni and fans. Please drink responsibly. Diageo Beer Company, New York, New York.
Canon Solutions America proudly supports Notre Dame football. Are your business office needs incomplete? With Canon Solutions America, a playmaker in managed services solutions, we support document management demands, creating powerful workflows to help maximize productivity with cutting-edge Canon technology. No matter the situation, count on Canon Solutions America's experienced professionals to help you reach your goals. Visit csa.canon.com/GMS. That's csa.canon.com/GMS.
Can I get a weight reading on the cat in exam 3?
Zuri needs a new vet tech after their current one literally moved to a farm.
Snap-to-tail checkup is waiting.
But finding an ideal replacement takes some training.
This is like herding cats.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Schedule virtual interviews and talk to candidates right from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Geico presents Monster Counseling.
Dracula, tell me how you're feeling.
No one understands how lonely it is. No one will even let me into their house. I knock and I knock, but they ignore me.
Uh-huh. What else?
I look in the mirror and I don't even see myself anymore.
If you don't see yourself clearly, can you really expect others to?
I'm having a breakthrough.
It's not easy to be a vampire. But with Geico, it's super easy to switch and save hundreds on your car insurance.
Notre Dame leads North Carolina 17-13 at halftime. Tony Simeone with you here in the studio. Each team punted on their first drive of the game. Since then, 6 combined drives, 3 for each team. They've all resulted in points. Only 8 total drives in this game thus far, so it seems like points and opportunities are going to be at a premium as we start the second half. Let's go back to the booth to Paul Burmeister and Ryan Harris.
Tony, thank you very much. 4th season of calling games here with the big fella Ryan Harris. I think that was the fastest moving first half we've done together.
Even when you count the games against Navy, that was just, I mean, I looked up and it was the first quarter, and that's how much offense. That means that there's been no stoppage because plays have been made in the field. Both teams are running the football. And Notre Dame, to be successful tonight, they have to get at least 2 defensive stops. North Carolina has not been slowed down since their first drive. That's an issue if you're Notre Dame.
I heard you talking with Tony during the halftime show, and you mentioned how well Sam Howell had been doing. It's interesting that he's only missed 1 pass, 8 for 9. He hasn't thrown that many balls.
Yeah.
8 out of 9, but he's made a lot of use out of those completions, Ryan. 8 completions for 149 yards.
And that's unsustainable if you're Notre Dame. And the big play was the big issue with Notre Dame defensively earlier in the season. It seemed that they had fixed that in the bye week. But you got to stop the big play here in the second half, or it's going to get you to a loss.
Notre Dame's quarterbacks also enjoying a very efficient first half. Jack Cohn was 12 out of 16. Tyler Buckner 1 for 1. So you combine all 3 quarterbacks who played here, only 5 incompletions on 27 combined attempts. Jonathan Dorr jogs up, kicks the ball off. North Carolina, you remember, won the coin toss. They deferred, so they get the ball first here. Return across the 10, 15, right up the middle. Out to the 20-yard line goes Emory Simmons. And that's where Sam Howell and company will begin after a 19-yard return. Fighting Irish come in ranked 11th, 6-1 after last week's win right here in South Bend over USC. North Carolina 4-3 overall. They're coming in off a bye week, and they won their last game against Miami. And they're waiting for Sam Howell to break the meeting there on the sideline. There he did. He jogs out. Notre Dame's defense did a very good job against the ground game of the Tar Heels, as Sam Howell is the leading rusher, 10 carries for 35 yards. Their top tailback, Ty Chandler, only 9 carries for 17 yards. Howell to pass on the first play, throws far side, high, diving for a catch at the 28-yard line is Josh Downs. 4 catches for over 90 yards, for 92 yards to be exact. That's good for 7.
Well, sometimes defensive coordinators don't change their scheme because of the players they're playing, but you got to change it for Josh Downs. You have to bracket coverage him, get somebody underneath. He is eating you alive right now.
Leads the ACC in receptions coming into this game, has 4 tonight. 2nd down 3. Howell hands off inside, up the middle, across the 30. And on the far hash to the 34-yard line. 1st down Tar Heels after a gain of 6. That's Ty Chandler. Had only 17 total yards in the first half. Ryan picks up 6 on his first attempt of the third quarter.
An excellent motion by the tight end from North Carolina. He came across right to left, but as soon as they snapped the ball, he put his hands up looking for the football. That brought defenders to the opposite side of where the run went.
1st down and 10 on their own 34-yard line. Howell takes the snap, fakes the handoff, quick pass to the left across the 35-40, running up the middle of the field, across the 45 and tackled on the 47-yard line is Josh Downs, his 5th catch. He's now over 100 yards. Cam Hart with a tackle, but that's a Tar Heel gain of 13.
And another wide receiver screen for Josh Downs. He's caught the ball in just about every way on every route so far tonight.
Boy, Howell so comfortable. Just the catch and the release, the command of the ball right away is impressive. 1st and 10 on his own 47-yard line. Play action, throws one down the far side of the field. Little bit too much that lands on the 15-yard line. The go route to Josh Downs. They're really going after or going toward their top receiver now to start the third quarter. Ramon Henderson had the coverage on the go route by Downs.
Well, and I don't like that matchup. You have your most inexperienced cornerback, Ramon Henderson, a sophomore, going against one of the best receivers in the ACC. That you have to change your defensive plan for that. That's something that Sam Howell, even if it's a run play, he's going to throw it to Downs with that matchup.
Downs already now with his 5th 100-yard receiving game of the season. 2nd down 10 now on their own 47. Ball placed in the middle of the field. Howell claps his hand, takes the snap, hands off around the left side. Room, 40, 30, near sideline, 20, 15, 10, 5, and into the end zone. Ty Chandler. 53-yard touchdown run by the North Carolina tailback. The transfer from Tennessee. Up the middle, out to the left down the near sideline. 13:21 left in the third quarter. North Carolina leads Notre Dame 19-17.
And J.D. Bertrand just played a little too much outside as he filled to the running lane, and that allowed Ty Chandler to put his left foot in the ground, get north and south, and start streaking to the end zone.
Well, Ty Chandler, I mentioned to start this half, only 17 yards on 9 carries in quarters 1 and 2, but what a start to the third quarter. They took an extra long look to make sure that he stayed in bounds. Yes, he did, as he got down to the front pylon here. And now they line up for the extra point.
Not ideal way to start the third quarter.
Atkins, extra point is up, and it is good. And North Carolina, a little bit of Josh Downs, a little bit of Sam Howell, and a whole lot of Ty Chandler on a 53-yard touchdown run to start the second half. 13:21 left in the third quarter here in South Bend. And North Carolina leads Notre Dame 20-17 here on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
But we have a truck leaving with a big order on Tuesday.
Tina's floor manager retired, leaving her tortilla factory flat out.
What do you mean she's on a silent retreat?
She must fill the role and all those orders.
I oversee production.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Schedule virtual interviews and talk to candidates right from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
In every conflict since the Civil War, Notre Dame graduates have fought for their country. Trained officers to serve in the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines. In both World Wars, Korea, Vietnam, the Persian Gulf, Iraq, and Afghanistan. And now we have a new initiative in service to those who serve, the Office of Military and Veterans Affairs, preparing veterans for college and helping them graduate. It's who we are. God, country, Notre Dame.
Do you bleed gold and blue? There's a bank for you. Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics. And right now, Credit Union One is giving die-hard fans best-in-class banking benefits with the Fighting Irish debit card. Sign up for your card today at creditunionone.org/Irish and put your money where your heart is. Credit Union One, better banking for all of us. By Members' Choice, this institution is not federally insured.
Looking to share all the great Notre Dame athletics traditions with other Irish fans while away from campus? You can visit the new Fighting Irish Pub Network to find Notre Dame fans and programming at local establishments nationwide. To find game locations, earn prizes, and more, visit fightingirishpubnetwork.com. Welcome back to South Bend. North Carolina 20 and Notre Dame 17, 13-21 left in the third quarter after the Tar Heels' 5-play, 79-yard touchdown drive ended with a 53-yard touchdown run by Ty Chandler. Ball is kicked away, and it lands 7 yards deep in the end zone. Easily goes out the back. Chris Tyree didn't really even take a look at that one. And now Notre Dame's offense will begin its first possession of the second half. First down and 10 on their own 25-yard line.
No, it's not time to panic if you're Notre Dame. Go with what's been working, and that's been Kyron Williams and Kevin Austin. Get those two playmakers the football. I also expect that we'll get a big play out of Lorenzo Styles if this drive continues.
Jack Cohn begins the third quarter after a solid first half where he was 12 out of 16, 131 yards and 1 touchdown. He starts out the second half with a handoff up the middle to Kyron Williams across the 35, tackled low at the 40 before he was going to take off on a full sprint to the end zone. 15-yard gain. Safety Trey Morrison with a touchdown-saving tackle.
Yes. That was, you're getting ready to call the touchdown run right there. If Kyron Williams made it through, there was no one there.
Now it's first down and 10 on the 39. Cohn from the shotgun, ready for the snap again. Play action, swings it out wide. 40, 45, 50, near sideline 40. Styles, 30, 20, out of bounds. The true freshman Lorenzo Styles, who Big Ryan called for more of before the game, gets 40 on the catch and run.
And that was a decision by Jack Cohn. The run was called, but he saw the blitzing backer for North Carolina to the right, pulled it up, threw it to Styles, and Styles showing the speed that makes him special. He's getting upfield.
He's split out wide to the left, first and 10 now on the 21. Pump fake that way. Cohn stands in the pocket, runs 20, 15, 10. He has a chance. 5, touchdown Notre Dame. Jack Cohn wanted to pass, but the run worked out pretty well. 12:23 left in the third quarter. Notre Dame back on top, 23-20.
Well, I love the play call by Tommy Reese. It was a pump fake for the bubble screen. That bit up North Carolina, but the safety got right in the way as Jack Cohn wanted to throw it to Michael Mayer, but the decision quick to take off downfield, get on an angle to the end zone. How about that? Jack Cohn with the 20-yard sprint for the touchdown. Wow!
Makes me remember a conversation I had with him before the spring game. Let's wait and see how the extra point attempt goes here for Jonathan Dorr. Extra point is up, and it is good. He said, one thing I want to do here at Notre Dame more than I did at Wisconsin is use my legs a little more. Well, that works.
Absolutely.
21-yard touchdown run. Both teams have had the ball once in the third quarter. Both teams have produced touchdowns. 12:23 left in the third quarter. Notre Dame 24, North Carolina 20. You're listening to Fighting Irish Football.
Fall is the perfect time to get a loving dog or cat from Pet Refuge, a new forever home with your family. The crisp autumn weather allows you to spend time outdoors with your new four-legged friend for playtime or on scenic walks. Pet Refuge is accepting adoption applications online. You'll then be contacted to schedule a private meeting. For details or to fill out an application, visit petrefuge.com and mark your calendar. Pet Refuge's annual Christmas Bazaar is scheduled for Saturday, December 4th.
What's that noise?
What noise?
That noise!
Oh, that noise. Just my wife's car. I guess it sounds kind of spooky.
If your car sounds a bit haunted, call Sherwood Tire to schedule an appointment before it goes to the graveyard. Whether your car needs an oil change, brake, or exhaust work, an alignment, or new set of tires, Sherwood is ready to help eliminate those scary noises. Sherwood Tire, your one-stop for complete auto care. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years at the corner of US 30 and Oak Road in Plymouth.
Message to Amy Spin Class. Happy 3rd, 29th birthday, Amy! Exclamation point. Ha ha. Balloon emoji. Balloon emoji. Balloon emoji.
You're good at voice to text.
Pizza emoji.
We're good at your insurance. Find an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent online, over the phone, or in person. And stop knocking on wood.
Sunny 101.5 is your home for Notre Dame football.
Well, Notre Dame's offense saw North Carolina's offense start the second half by going 5 plays, 79 yards. They said, well, we can do you one better. Yeah. We only need 3 plays to go 75 yards. Jack Cohn, 21-yard touchdown run on a called pass. Kept it himself and took off on the right side on the near sideline here, just inside the pylon. Extra point. Made it Notre Dame 24 and North Carolina 20. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all of your car care needs. They're close, convenient, and known for guaranteed everyday low prices and excellent customer service from professional parts people you can trust. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today, or you can visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
A touchdown like that, too, for Notre Dame, that erases a lot of the mistakes for the defense. So mentally, they come back and they say, okay, let's play this down. Let's play this drive. We can refocus. So not only do you get the lead back, but you also give confidence to your defense by the way you scored in just 3 plays.
And both teams punted on their first possessions. Then the race was on. Since then, 8 total possessions, 8 scoring drives, 4 apiece. Kickoff in the air and picked up on the 3-yard line. Run out across the 10 and the 15, and drilled at the 17-yard line is Emery Simmons. Bo Bauer, the middle linebacker, flexing his special teams muscles there with the tackle after a return of 15 yards.
Well, now Coach Kelly on the break, we could see on the NBC broadcast, he says we got to take what the defense gives us offensively, and we got to make them change what they're doing defensively. They haven't done that yet. North Carolina's been a high-powered offense all night.
And Notre Dame's defense here, Brian, is going to have to find a way to throw Sam Howell off a little bit. He starts this drive 10 out of 12, 169 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Easily his leading receiver, no surprise, Josh Downs, 5th in the nation at 120 yards per game, already has 5 for 105. Penalty markers, whistles before the snap.
That's going to be offsides, North Carolina. And this is the crowd noise affecting North Carolina for the second time tonight.
Ball start. Offense. Number 74. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And Ryan, both of the penalties of that nature have come in the same spot there, right beneath the student section on the far side of the field.
Well, penalties have been an issue for North Carolina in the first half. It took them out of a touchdown opportunity, settled for a field goal, and then it extended the final drive for Notre Dame in the to end the second quarter. So penalties are coming to play here in this game tonight.
Yeah, that second one you mentioned came on a stop on 4th down.
Yeah, huge.
It led to that touchdown. First down and 15 on their own 13. They run it up the middle, and it is stuffed. On the 10-yard line, a host of Fighting Irish defenders, led by Myron Tungvailoa Amosa, throw DJ Jones back for a loss of 1.
And Notre Dame made an adjustment to the run game on that play. They're not going to fill the outside. The North Carolina Tar Heels have not gone running, bubbling outside of the tackle. They've been cutting back inside, so there they've been slow to play the outside and set more of an edge inside, and that's what made the play for Myron Tungvailoa Amosa.
Now ball in the near hash, moving right to left. Sam Howell walks up to the line of scrimmage, yells out instructions, claps his hands, takes the ball, drops back to the 5, throws far side of the field, complete 15, and run out of bounds at the 17-yard line is Josh Downs, his 6th reception. Ramon Henderson there to make the stop. Gain of 6, and it's now 3rd down 10.
I'll tell you what, Josh Downs is impressive. He in many ways seems like the best receiver we've seen. It wasn't for London Drake at USC, but I mean, Josh Downs will be playing on Sundays, ladies and gentlemen.
6 catches, 111 yards. It's likely that Sam Howell will be looking for him now. He is lined up to his left in the slot on 3rd down and 10 on his own 18-yard line.
Double cover him, please.
Tariq Bracy lined up over him. Howell drops back, runs out to his right, throws back over the middle, complete 25, and out to the 30-yard line. Just enough for a first down. The tailback, DJ Jones, and a nice play by Howell. He was rolling out to his right, threw back across the middle. 11-yard gain, first down.
And that was a tough throw, as you mentioned. Not a lot of quarterbacks in college or the NFL can make that throw. And just dotted DJ Jones right on the numbers. Fantastic throw by Sam Howell.
And Tariq Bracy, the injured Irish player, is down on a knee on the 31-yard line on the far hash. He is the starting nickelback as Notre Dame's base defense under defensive coordinator Marcus Freeman last week and this week is the nickel package, with Bracy being that fifth defensive back, and he remains on the field.
That's a tough injury right now if you're Notre Dame. Braden Lenzy also questionable to return with an upper body injury offensively, so some injuries happening, but Tariq Bracy standing up on his own power, walking off on his own. That's a good sign.
Yep, walking off, just crossed the 40-yard line on the opposite side of the field, and walking off under his own power. One athletic trainer to his right he's in a discussion with as he walks off. And now the defensive backs, Cam Hart, Ramon Henderson, Houston Griffith.
Tariq Bracy heads into the tent. I always wonder what it's like inside there. They didn't have tents for us, Paul. You and I, we had the Gatorade towel tent. Remember those?
And the whistles blow as Carolina was ready to line up.
The previous play to determine a line of game is under further review.
So with Tariq Bracy out, the defensive backs in the game now.
These referees, man.
You have Clarence Lewis, you have Cam Hart, Houston Griffith, Ramon Henderson, and DJ Brown. And now Notre Dame's defense walks off to the far numbers to meet as they take a look at the previous play, as Dwayne Height, the referee, told you they would. And we can walk you through what we see. Sam Howell with the completion goes across the 25, and
he's down before he crosses the line of scrimmage.
It looks like the right knee was down of the running back DJ Jones, about a half yard short of the line to gain. Now, the line to gain we're looking at is that imaginary line.
Yeah,
so
the yellow line for those of you who've watched at home.
A lot of it depends on where the actual line of the field was, but legitimate case to be made that Downs was about a half a yard short.
That's what, speaking of things that we don't remember, there was no yellow line. Remember too, you didn't even know the score half the game. You could only get it on coming in and going out of breaks. Viewers are spoiled now. They get to know all the information, angles, percentages. It's a different day in football.
Yeah, the production value is so good it certainly spills over to what the players know on the field, what the coaches know, and what the officials can share as well as they continue to take a look now.
I remember in the NFL when they came out with the Surface tablets, you had half the coaches in the NFL saying, "I'm not using a computer on the field." My, how the times have changed.
And you can still see the frustration on the sideline sometimes when they can't quite get them to work, or they don't like what they see. We're in South Bend, 10:46 left in the third quarter. Notre Dame leads North Carolina 24-20. Both teams have a touchdown drive here early in this third quarter. And Notre Dame at 6-1, ranked 11th. North Carolina coming to town at 4-3 and 3-3 in ACC play. Big-time quarterback matchup. Sam Howell in his 33rd start. 12 out of 14 for 186 so far tonight. Josh Downs, the All-American candidate at wide receiver. He has 6 receptions for 111 yards. Both teams remain on their sideline as the referee Dwayne Heights is over on the 15-yard line, taking a good long look at the last completion from Howell to his running back, DJ Jones. It was called on the field a first down, but now they are looking again and again and again to see if his right knee was down about a half yard before he made it to the first down mark.
Well, it's big because I don't know if you go for it if you're North Carolina. You can't risk not getting the first down.
No, I mean, they're on their own 29-yard line.
If you're on your own 29, you can't risk that just down 4 points right now. So this is a huge deal whether or not he's down. And the issue is once his knee touched, he then leapt forward again. So some good work there, but not necessarily going to be a first down.
A couple of teams ranked ahead of Notre Dame. Notre Dame ranked 11th, have already lost today. 7th ranked, 9th ranked Iowa, loss at Wisconsin. And you also had a loss from 6th ranked Michigan at Michigan State. That was a 37-33 Spartan win in East Lansing.
That was a strange game too by Michigan. McCarthy, the quarterback, the freshman quarterback that they want to take the reins coming up, had 2 strange turnovers in that game.
After further review, the ball carrier was down at the 27.5-yard line, just short of the line of game. It'll be 4th down.
Big call there.
Decision time if you're Mac Brown.
I don't think you can go for it here, can you?
I mean,
4th and 1 on their own 27, 10:46 in the third quarter.
You're averaging 6 yards per carry rushing. I think you do it, but I'm with you. Just this is the smart play, is to punt it, and looks like that's what North Carolina's going to do here.
Haven't seen a punt for a while.
Yeah.
Both teams punted on their first possession, and that was it.
And alert the fake, right? I mean, this is where you can really turn a game around if you're North Carolina with a fake punt here. This is the time to bring it out.
Ben Kiernan back to punt, standing on his own 12-yard line. Now the whistles blow again as the teams are lined up and ready. Kyron Williams back to receive the punt, standing on his own 30-yard line on the far hash.
There's steam coming out, strangely, from the sidelines of Notre Dame.
First punt since the 6:44 mark of the first quarter for either team.
Wow.
Okay, so now Kiernan ready for the snap. He's on his own 12-yard line, standing on the far hash. Takes the snap, chest high, punts it away. Low spiraling punt. Kyron Williams lets it bounce on the 30 across the 25 up to the 20 and goes out of bounds in between the 19 and 18-yard line. Kyron thought hard about coming up to catch that one, but let it bounce at his feet, and it goes out of bounds. A 54-yard punt for the Tar Heels. We're in South Bend, 10:20 left in the third quarter, and Notre Dame leads North Carolina 24-20 on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Tourism Ireland and Notre Dame Athletics have teamed up to bring you the best of Ireland. Enter for the chance to win a trip to Ireland for 2. The grand prize includes 2 round-trip economy airline tickets from the winner's nearest Ireland gateway in the USA, 6 nights accommodation including a night in a castle, and a 7-day car rental. Discover all the stunning castles, dramatic coastlines, friendly locals, and charming cobbled streets. The best of Ireland awaits. Visit UND.com/thebestofIreland and enter for the chance to win. Tourism Ireland, official partner of Notre Dame Athletics. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Do you bleed gold and blue? There's a bank for you. Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics. And right now, Credit Union One is giving die-hard fans best-in-class banking benefits with the Fighting Irish debit card. Sign up for your card today at creditunion1.org/Irish and put your money where your heart is. Credit Union One, better banking for all of us. By Members' Choice, this institution is not federally insured.
Your locally owned Auto Value Auto Parts store is your authorized AC Delco parts supplier, offering you thousands of original equipment parts that'll fit your vehicle's needs. And for original equipment parts online, just go to myautovaluestore.com. And don't forget, we offer same-day in-store pickup or convenient ship-to-home service for online orders. Auto Value and AC Delco, your #1 choice for parts that are correct, first time, every time. Find out more and shop online at myautovaluestore.com.
The second half started here in South Bend with Notre Dame leading North Carolina 17-13. Tar Heels took their first possession of the third quarter right down the field and scored to take a brief lead. Notre Dame came back with its first possession of the second half. 3 plays, 75 yards. Jack Cohn, 21-yard touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown run, actually. And the extra point made it 24-20, Fighting Irish on top of the Tar Heels.
Some air fumigation going on here in the booth. I have some suspects. We'll investigate and get back to you guys. A great opportunity now for Notre Dame to start putting some distance between them and North Carolina. A touchdown here forces Carolina to start throwing a lot more than running the football. And that's an opportunity to just get some style points for Notre Dame on this win, hopefully.
Notre Dame's offense jogs back on the field. We'll see what quarterback comes out, and it's Jack Cohn. He has played the majority of the way here. 13 out of 17 so far. 171 yards. Has a touchdown pass to Kevin Austin. Also has that 21-yard touchdown run. Yes, it was from 21 yards out earlier in this half. 1st and 10 from his own 19. Hands off to Kyron Williams up the middle. Nice hole. Spins out across the 25. And Leach lunges out to the 30-yard line. 11-yard gain. Good way for that drive to start there for the Fighting Irish.
Well, right guard Kane Madden pulled right to left and went up the hole along with Michael Mayer. big blocks created the space for Kyron Williams, and that's 2 consecutive runs. Kyron Williams almost broke for a touchdown.
First down and 10 now from their own 30-yard line. Right back on the ball, moving left to right. Michael Mayer in motion from right to left. Cohn in the shotgun, takes the snap, drops back 2 steps, looks left, now looks down the middle, fires deep down the middle. Styles wide open, 30, and he dropped the ball. Had the ball in his hands on the deep post route. Couldn't hang on, and it's 2nd and 10.
Jack Cohn kind of underthrew him, but that's where you get a young wide receiver. The further they get from the line of scrimmage, the more you have to time the football when you go up for a catch. But that was an awesome opportunity for Lorenzo Styles to pick up about 50 yards and a dime thrown by Jack Cohn.
Yeah, deep post down the middle. You're right, a little bit underthrown, but Styles was about 5 yards behind the defense, had a great chance to catch it. 2nd and 10 now from the 30. Kyron Williams wants up the middle, now bounces out to the right across the 35, 40. Stiff arm as he goes out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Late contact out of bounds. No flag, though. Good block from Avery Davis to help out Williams. Gain of 14.
And Kyron Williams getting up and pointing at his defensive player there. But a patient run by Kyron Williams. The middle was picked up. He bounced it out to the right, got upfield. He is a lightning rod for this offense.
Well, Kyron Williams coming off his best effort of the season last week against USC, where he had 31 touches for 180. That set up 1st and 10 on the 44. Cohn looking left, nice pocket, throws left. Williams at the 40, 45, far sideline, 50, and a strong finish to the run inside of Tar Heel territory at the 47-yard line. Linebacker Cedric Gray made the tackle.
Oh, no.
Williams gains 9.
Williams is down. He is down and in pain, grabbing his right lower body. Oh, no.
And he's about 2 yards out of bounds on the Notre Dame sideline.
Timeout for injury.
And Michael Mayer actually let up on the player who was coming to make a tackle to save from getting a penalty on Cedric Gray. And Cedric Gray then tackled Kyron Williams, and his right ankle got caught underneath him as the body then landed on his lower right leg. That's tough.
Williams just stood up and walked on his own into the tent there on the 45-yard line on the other side of the field. He was tackled high, and so many times it's such a dangerous play they're trying to take out, but he was brought down high, and that causes that trauma low. So we'll see if Kyron Williams can come back. We'll share any kind of information we get. 2nd down 1 for the Fighting Irish on the North Carolina 47. Cohn's in the shotgun. Logan Diggs now the tailback to his left. Hands off to Diggs, bounces out to the left, cuts back across the 45, and makes it out to the 42-yard line to pick up the 1st down for Notre Dame. Gains 5 yards. And it's a 1st down Fighting Irish on the Tar Heel 42. Clock ticking, 8:18 and counting left in the 3rd quarter. It's been an active 3rd quarter. Both teams have a touchdown drive already. The Fighting Irish lead the Tar Heels 24-20.
Logan Diggs looks a little bit like a Ryan Grant for Notre Dame historians. Kind of a taller running back with great speed.
6 foot 205 freshman out of Marrero, Louisiana. Cohn drops back, stands on the far hash, throws complete, 25-yard line, 20, turning down the far sideline, and run out of bounds at the 18-yard line is Lorenzo Styles. True freshman out of Pickerington, Ohio, having his best night of his career, gain of 24.
He's a fantastic receiver and an amazing throw by Jack Cohn over the fingertips of the dropping linebacker. So an expert ball placement, and Lorenzo Styles making up for the drop earlier in this drive. And the offensive line giving all day for Jack Cohn to throw the football.
Jack Cohn at a 75% clip right now. He's 15 out of 20, 205 and a touchdown. 1st and 10 on the Tar Heels 17. Takes the snap, hands off up the middle. Diggs bounces out to the 15-10. Hard finish to the run at the 8-yard line. Gain of 9 yards for the freshman, Logan Diggs. And how about the true freshman showing up here, Lorenzo Styles and Logan Diggs on this drive?
Yeah, Logan Diggs got a great block from Kane Madden, pulling right to left, really widened the hole so that Lorenzo Styles could get up north and south and bounce out to the left for the big game.
Tyler Buckner, the freshman out of San Diego, speaking of freshmen, checks into the game. 2nd and 1 from the Tar Heel 8. He's in the shotgun. Mayer, motion from right to left. Buckner takes the snap. Hands off inside to Diggs across the 5, muscling his way to the 4 in the middle of the field. Middle linebacker Kamen Rucker makes the tackle for North Carolina. Gain of 5 It's now 1st and goal, Notre Dame on the 3-yard line. 6:30 and counting left in the third quarter, trying to add to a 24-20 lead over North Carolina.
And Logan Diggs showing some toughness, seeking contact on that run. Rare to see a freshman go after a linebacker heads up, and Logan Diggs won that one. Kyron Williams standing on the sideline, so good news for Notre Dame.
Tyler Buchner in the shotgun, 1st and goal, hands off to Diggs up the middle. Penalty markers come in as he made it down to the 2-yard line. Penalty marker 7 yards deep in the end zone.
Illegal substitution. Defense. Half the distance to the goal. Still, first down.
Tamon Fox, outside linebacker. The guilty party there, so now it's 1st and goal from the 2. Tyler Buchner, the quarterback, remains in the game. He had 1 touchdown pass to Avery Davis from 7 yards out in the first half. He's in the shotgun. He has fellow freshman Logan Diggs lined up 1 yard to his right. Buchner takes the snap, gives inside, bouncing out to the left, trying to work his way off the left tackle as Diggs makes it to the 1-yard line, gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line.
3 offensive linemen for Notre Dame were in the end zone on that play. Diggs just got stood up a little bit by Cameron Kelly. Kelly having the best game for the defense on North Carolina tonight.
And now Buchner takes it, hands off inside. No, keeps it himself down to the 1-yard line. Tackled, gets inside the 1. It'll be 3rd and goal now from just inside the 1-yard line.
And this is 2-down territory if you're Notre Dame.
And Jack Cohn comes back into the game at quarterback, so it's Cohn at quarterback. Buchner comes out. 3rd and goal from the 1. This is the 11th play of the drive. Fighting Irish offense huddling up. Plenty of time. 15 and counting left on the play clock. Cohn gets under center. Diggs the tailback behind him. Cohn takes the snap. Hands off to Diggs. He leaps up and into the end zone. Logan Diggs, his first collegiate touchdown, makes it Notre Dame 30, North Carolina 20. 4:56 remaining in the third quarter.
Well, he dove in like all of us football fans have dove onto our bed to score a touchdown, and Logan Diggs just catching air, going right over Jared Patterson in the offensive line that created the crease. Excellent block by Andrew Kristofik, left guard. And you get to score your first touchdown right in front of the student section. Congratulations, Logan Diggs.
Big-time youth contribution there on that drive with Lorenzo Stiles catching passes and Logan Diggs running it in for the touchdown. Jonathan Doerr's extra point is up, and it is good. Notre Dame trailed briefly here in this third quarter, but they now have 2 touchdown drives in the third. 4:56 left in this third quarter, and it's the Fighting Irish 31 and the Tar Heels 20 here on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Can I get a weight reading on the cat in exam 3?
Zuri needs a new vet tech after their current one literally moved to a farm.
Snap-to-tail checkup is waiting.
But finding an ideal replacement takes some training.
This is like herding cats.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Schedule virtual interviews and talk to candidates right from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, the new Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan. So make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
The way you set up the tree, how you hang every light. The holidays are what you make them. Make them even more with Lowe's. With everyday low prices on pre-lit artificial trees starting at $99 and Christmas lights at $298. Even festive inflatables starting at $14.98. So you can make your holiday twice as nice, twice as merry at Lowe's. Home to any budget, home to any possibility. While supplies last. Available on Lowe's.com everywhere. About 10/28 through 11/3.
4:56 remaining in the third quarter here in South Bend. Notre Dame leads North Carolina 31-20. Good time to pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Notre Dame Radio Network.
This is WNSN South Bend, home of Notre Dame football. Presented by South Bend Orthopedics.
What? A lot of good news to report for the Notre Dame offense so far here in this game, especially on that drive, Ryan. The freshman on the drive, Diggs, the tailback, 5 carries, 21 yards. Lorenzo Styles, wide receiver, had a catch for 25 yards. 11 plays, 81 yards. And Logan Diggs with a 1-yard touchdown run. That was the first touchdown of Diggs' career. Big piece of questionable or concerning news on that drive. Kyron Williams, the leader of the offense, the top tailback for the Fighting Irish, went down on the far sideline holding his lower body, went into the tent. He did come out of the tent standing up and on his own power, but did not come back into the game. We'll hope to get a report on Kyron Williams here as we move deeper into the third quarter. Jonathan Dorr kicks the ball off, and from 1 yard deep, fair catch called for. Emery Simmons did not bring the ball out, so the Tar Heels will begin 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. Before we focus on the Carolina offense and the Fighting Irish defense, Ryan, 5 straight scoring possessions for the Irish.
Wow, that's fantastic. That's play calling, that's execution by the offensive line, execution by the skill positions. I'll tell you what, Lorenzo Styles is special. We have not seen that talent. I keep repeating that, but I'll tell you what, he impresses every time he touches the football. 1st and 10 from their own 25. Sam Howell starts this drive 12 out of 14 for a $184. Stands in the pocket, wants to throw to the near sideline, lets it go high down the near sideline to the 45-yard line. Was the ball caught? Yes, it was. 47-yard line of the Tar Heels. Kamari Morales went up to grab it. Initially called a catch before he stepped out. No way. They'll take another look, and we're taking a look as well. Right, and he was not in bounds. Yeah, right foot came down out of bounds. And I believe the ground hit, the ball moved after it hit the ground. They're going to review this. And they're keeping it at the 47.
Going on the field is a catch for a first down.
I have to believe this is going to be reviewed.
Rolling on the field is a completion for a first down. The previous play is under further review.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if they kept this. Right foot's out of bounds when he comes down.
So many times, Ryan, these calls are close and you have to look over and over again. His right foot was 6 inches out of bounds.
Yeah. So Kamari Morales, great job by faking it. And North Carolina, you got to get on the ball. If it's close like that, typically offenses have a quick attack. You know, we had a call called Cobra, quick strike. The offensive coordinator would say, hey, anytime you hear Cobra, we're not letting the referees or the coaches get another look before they challenge it. We're running the tight zone right or tight zone left. Cobra right, Omaha up we go.
Dwayne Height, the referee, is taking a look at this play on the opposite 20-yard line. I can't imagine he needs to see it more than once.
Well, we have a full suggestion box for these referees tonight. This is only adding to it.
They continue to take a look. Now he removes the headset and will let us know what he saw.
After further review, it's an incomplete pass. Second down.
Yeah. After one look, it's an incomplete pass. Second down.
Okay, 2nd down, 10 from their own 25. Ball placed middle of the field. Tar Heels moving right to left here in this quarter. They trail Notre Dame 31-20. 4:40 left in the third. Sam Howell's leading receiver, Josh Downs, has 6 catches for 111 yards. He's lined up to Howell's right. He looks that way. He's in trouble. Spins out of it at the 15 and gets rid of the football. Threw the ball out of bounds. 2 penalty markers come in as Sam Howell was hit after he threw the ball, and he is slow to get up. He took a late hit.
Roughing the passer. Defense, number 27. Contact to the helmet of the quarterback. 15-yard penalty. First down.
They're going to review this, and the right elbow of J.D. Bertrand hit Sam Howell in the head as he was literally letting up, putting his hands up wide, almost like making field goals, but the right elbow followed through, and Sam Howell must take a couple theater classes there in his junior year because he did the acting.
Hey, how about the footwork, though, in the pocket to spin out of that trouble?
Yeah, Isaiah, it was a designed quarterback run. Isaiah Foskey found the lane before Sam Howell did.
Middle of the field is where the ball is placed, 1st and 10 on their own 40-yard line. You hear the boos from 70,000 plus. Ground game across the left side out to the 40-yard line, and that's it. off the left tackle and then brought down in between the near hash and near numbers by Howard Cross on Ty Chandler. He had the touchdown run of 52 yards early in this third quarter. No gain there to bring up second down 10.
And Notre Dame, again, making a change defensively, trying to leave the outside open and make the play inside. They've done that twice now. I expect North Carolina's going to start bouncing it outside.
Notre Dame with their 3 down linemen look. Howell stands in the pocket, throws right, caught, 50, 45, down to the 40-yard line of Notre Dame. Ty Chandler out of the backfield, ran right up the seam, put a high pass in stride, and he picks up 19 yards.
Well, nobody picked Ty Chandler up. Just a complete defensive breakdown. Chandler didn't even act like he was getting a handoff. He just took off in a route.
He was 1 yard to the right of Howell to start the play and then ran down the seam. Well-designed play, good execution. 1st and 10, Tar Heels on the Fighting Irish 41. Ball far hash, Howell drops back, throws to the far sideline, complete. 35 and out of bounds at the 33. Kamari Morales on the quick out route, gains 8. Jack Kaiser had the tight coverage and also gets the tackle. It's now 2nd and 2, North Carolina on the Notre Dame 33-yard line.
Well, I can see why scouts like Sam Howell. He is very good against the blitz. Throwing, typically young quarterbacks don't throw into the blitz, but that's how you beat the blitz. If somebody's coming from that side, someone that side is open. And right there, Sam Howell found the open man.
2nd and 2, Howell from the shotgun, far hash. Stands in, throws high on the quick slant, extremely high to his right. Falls incomplete. He wanted Antoine Green. It was nowhere close. And it's 3rd down 2 now from the 33.
Just a miscommunication. I also think Sam Howell's a little hurt from getting hit by this defensive line.
3rd and 2 counts is 3rd and manageable. Tar Heels have converted 3 out of 6 times on 3rd down from the shotgun. Pump fake to the left. Now throws deep down the near sideline. Wide open at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown Tar Heels. Antoine Green was by himself down the near sideline. A pretty touch pass from Howell after a pump fake to the left. 33-yard score. 2:48 left in the third quarter. It's now Notre Dame 31 and North Carolina 26.
Excellent play call by North Carolina. They faked the bubble screen left to Josh Downs, and that forced Notre Dame's defense to get flat-footed. And Antoine Green, thought to be a blocker, turns out to be the touchdown receiver on this play as he streaks up the field instead of blocking.
Extra point is in, and to give some detail to how wide open he was, to next to him and behind him, no one was within 10 to 12 yards.
No one.
Of Antoine Green.
That's a couple of well-designed plays by North Carolina on that drive. And Notre Dame all of a sudden found itself in the game again.
I read this fact early in the game, Ryan, but I think it fits again. Tar Heels come to South Bend top 20 in scoring offense and total offense. It showed up a little bit in the first half, but it's showing up a lot more here in the third quarter as they now have 2 touchdown drives here. 2:48 left in the third.
Tough play for Notre Dame defensively. Ramon Henderson has gotten some playing time tonight, and he was the guy who had Antoine Green man-to-man, just got caught up with his eyes in the backfield. Tough play, and way to go for North Carolina, picking the young defender and attacking that player in a situational football play.
And a good awareness. North Carolina's kickoff is in the air. It's low, but it has plenty of leg. It bounces 8 yards deep in the end zone. No chance to return. So after the Tar Heels go 6 plays, 75 yards. Howell to Green from 33 yards out. Howell, by the way, the all-time leader in touchdown tosses for Carolina, now has 87 for his career. He's resting on the sideline of the Notre Dame offense. Will come back out with a 4-point lead, 31-27 over Carolina. And Tyler Buckner comes in at quarterback.
Kyron Williams also joining the field. So good to see him back. That was a scary moment for Notre Dame fans.
Well, great to see Kyron Williams back in the game. He left the last drive. Buckner takes the snap. Whistles blow right after he caught the shotgun snap.
I don't think they were set, Notre Dame. They're going to get a false start.
False start. Offense. Number 73. 5-yard penalty. First down.
73 is left guard Andrew Kristofic, and just like that, Tyler Buckner jogs off. Jack Cohn comes back in. Cohn 15 out of 20 for 205. We mentioned he was 72% the last 2 games coming in. He's at 75% today. First down 15 from his own 20-yard line. He has Kyron Williams to his left. Williams 12 carries, 66 yards so far. Cohn walks up to his center. Jared Patterson now walks back, takes the snap, hands off to Williams. Nice hole up the middle across the 25, out to the 26-yard line. Literally just running straight ahead for a gain of 7 before middle linebacker Kevin Hester Jr. brought him down.
Well, Kyron Williams is going to be buying some pizza for Kane Madden. The right guard now 3 times this half has driven his defender 10 yards downfield, and that's where the big gains are coming for Kyron Williams.
Williams Diggs have now combined for just over 100 yards rushing. 2nd and 9 from their own 26-yard line. Cohn drops back, throws near side, low, and incomplete. Had Michael Mayer breaking on a 5-yard out route to the 30-yard line, but the ball was low and way in front of him to bring up 3rd down 9.
Yeah, just a bad pass, a rare bad pass from Jack Cohn. Didn't really follow through on his throwing motion. Left the ball short to a wide-open Michael Mayer.
Brings up 3rd down 9 on their own 26-yard line. Notre Dame has found success in this situation. They've converted 4 out of 7 times on 3rd down. Cohn drops back, pump fake, in trouble, and just grounds the ball. He wanted to set up the screen pass to the left to Kyron Williams.
There's no foul for intentional grounding. Number 23 was in the area. 4th down.
Yeah, the ball landed about 3 yards from Kyron Williams. Jeremiah Gimmel, the captain linebacker, came untouched on the blitz and forced that early release and incompletion.
And the coaching points on screens are always to make sure the timing is right. But if you're Kyron Williams and you see a linebacker blitzing, you've got to know the ball's coming out quickly. You got to speed up the process. And Jack Cohn was just waiting for Kyron Williams to turn around. He didn't in time. Wise decision by Jack Cohn to put it in the turf.
Jay Bramlett, 1 punt tonight. It went 51 yards. It was in the first quarter. From the 15, he punts it away. It's high toward Josh Downs. Nowhere near him. It bounces at the 40-yard line and goes out of bounds. And North Carolina will have excellent field position. That is on their 40-yard line. Only a 34-yard punt that goes out of bounds on the Carolina 40. So North Carolina, Ryan, already with 2 touchdown drives in this 3rd quarter. They'll come back on the field, 2:03 left in the 3rd. And trailing Notre Dame 31-27.
If I'm Notre Dame, I'm going to rush 3 defenders, Myron Tagovailoa-Amosa, Kurt Heinisch, and Isaiah Foskey, and I'm dropping to cover the field because they have not been able to stop the North Carolina passing attack.
Sam Howell, yeah, his numbers, Ryan, speak to that. He's 15 out of 19 for 243. DJ Jones is tailback. He wants to throw, keeps it himself across the 40, tackled low at the 43-yard line. Justin Ademilola, gain of 4. Howell wanted to throw that time, Ryan, but took off to the right to bring up 2nd down 6.
Yeah, and his left shoe came off from Justin Ademilola's tackle. Literally a shoestring tackle, loosened up his shoes there. But an excellent play by Clarence Lewis to get in the throwing lane.
Yeah, he was coming on that corner blitz from the short side. 2nd and 6 from the 44, shotgun, more blitz coming. Howell in trouble in the pocket, sidesteps it, keeps it himself, still has his feet across the 45, 50, near side, slides at the 45-yard line on the near numbers.
Wow.
Nifty footwork and great pocket awareness from Howell to pick up 11 yards.
Well, Sam Howell dressing up as Houdini for Halloween because he should have been sacked twice, was able to tiptoe and spin his way out like Cinderella and get down, wisely getting down like a second base slide.
We talked about before the game the fact that Howell had 4 efforts this year of over 90 yards, 12 carries for 50 yards here tonight. 1st and 10 from the Fighting Irish 45. Takes the shotgun snap, hands off up the middle to DJ Jones, trying to work his way middle of the field. Doesn't find much going. Is tackled just as he got to the 45-yard line. Gains 2 yards. Clock ticking now inside a minute left in the 3rd. 42 and counting. Notre Dame leads North Carolina 31-27.
Good stop right there by Notre Dame's defensive line. Jason Ademilola and Kurt Heinisch left no room there for North Carolina.
Getting a good look at why Sam Howell was the 2nd team All-ACC quarterback to Trevor Lawrence last year. Only 4 incompletions right now. Toss sweep to the right side to Josh Downs, in trouble, sidesteps it, gets out to the line of scrimmage, but that's about it. Made it to the 44-yard line. He wanted to sweep around to the right side, cut it back to the middle. Jason Ademilola was there. Loss of 1, they're saying, to bring up 3rd and 9. That'll be the final play of the 3rd quarter. We hit zeros after 3 quarters of play. Dwayne Height lets you know that was the last play of the third quarter. And we head to the fourth with Notre Dame leading North Carolina 31-27. We're back after this message on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
So as you guys know, Mark's gone.
The float artist at Fred's Floral just took off, days before the parade. They need a replacement before business passes them by.
Oh, and who am I going to get to finish the float?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
To show you how easy it is to file a claim with Geico, we hired a scary movie victim.
Oh no, a tree fell on my car, and there's only one thing to do. Trip over my own feet and pull myself across the lawn while yelling help at a barely audible volume.
Sorry to interrupt, but you filed a claim with Geico, so you've got a designated claims team to help you.
This Geico sounds suspiciously reassuring. Are you sure I don't end up getting surprised with an unexpected twist?
Just that your Geico team will always be there to keep you updated.
No!
What is it?
Oh, nothing. I just didn't see that coming.
Geico. Great service without all the drama.
Cannon Solutions America proudly supports Notre Dame football. Are your business office needs incomplete? With Cannon Solutions America, a playmaker in managed services solutions, we support document management demands, creating powerful workflows to help maximize productivity with cutting-edge Cannon technology. No matter the situation, count on Cannon Solutions America's experienced professionals to help you reach your goals. Visit csa.cannon.com/GMS. That's csa.cannon.com/GMS.
3 quarters in the books between Notre Dame and North Carolina, and we've got a good one. The Irish led 17-13 at halftime. North Carolina scored the opening touchdown, and the Irish responded big thanks to Jack Cohn.
He split out wide to the left, 1st and 10 now on the 21. Pump fake that way. Cohn stands in the pocket, runs 20, 15, 10. He has a chance. 5, touchdown Notre Dame. Jack Cohn wanted to pass, but the run worked out pretty well. 12:23 left in the third quarter. Notre Dame back on top, 23-20.
Irish led by as much as 31-20. It's now 31-27, and a big third down coming up for the Tar Heels. As we start the fourth, let's go back to Paul and Ryan.
Tony, it was a great scene here to end the third quarter. The lights went out. It lit up in green. All the lights were on the phones, 70,000 plus. And the Tar Heels came out on the field and were dancing and celebrating.
Yeah, they were taunting the Notre Dame sideline. We don't appreciate that. You got to be at Notre Dame to have fun at on our field. And I guarantee you the chippiness increases as this play happens.
Fourth quarter begins, 3rd down 9 on Notre Dame's 44. North Carolina trailing 31-27. Howell throws left, screen, incomplete. Tried to set up the wide receiver screen at the line of scrimmage to Josh Downs. Low pass, he dropped it, and it's 4th and 9 on the 44.
But Notre Dame got lucky because if Josh Downs catches that football, there is no one, and I mean no one, but offensive lineman for North Carolina in front of him in the end zone. That was a touchdown. Excellent play calling by North Carolina on this drive, and they're going to go for it here, Paul.
Wow, 4th and 9. On the Notre Dame 44, they're going for it. Middle of the field, Sam Howell. Oh, he's going to punt it away. The pooch punt. He punts it. It lands at the 20. Bounces to the 15. Bounces toward the 10. Inside the 10. And down to the 9-yard line. Sam Howell, from his normal shotgun spot, backed up about 2 yards. Caught it and punted it right away for 34-yard punts. And it'll be 1st down and 10, Notre Dame from their own 9-yard line.
Charlie Weiss called that the Quinn kick when I was here. Hey, Brady Quinn, when you catch it, kick it. It's the Quinn kick. And you quarterbacks dream of that little pooch punt, as you called it. You dream of that moment.
I didn't know you invented that here in the early 2000s in South Bend.
Hey, well, Charlie Weiss will tell you he invented it for sure. But a fun play when you're in the huddle, when you hear that call. And quarterback's giving all the passing calls. Hey, watch the safety, watch the safety. You're kicking it, man. Cut it out.
And the Notre Dame run game that had been improving against Virginia Tech and also against SC has a chance now to flex its muscles here, up 31-27, 1st and 10 on their own 9-yard line. Jack Cohn from the 5, hands off to Kyron Williams, breaks some tackles out to the left side, across the 5, near side 10, 15, 20. What a run! He's got a chance! 50, 40, near sideline 30, 20, 10. He will do it! Wow! Oh my! 91 yards! Kyron Williams! He had no rights!
Kyron Williams was on the 2-yard line on the right hash, bounced it back. Jack Cohn wisely got out of the way, and as Kyron Williams went to the left sideline, Michael Mayer turned around and laid a devastating block that opened up the sideline and the end zone for about 70 yards out. What a play, what a response by Notre Dame.
Just wow. Woo! Getting back to the line of scrimmage would have been a Herculean effort. 91-yard touchdown run, and the extra point is up and in. 14:27 left in the game. Notre Dame leads North Carolina here in South Bend, 38-27. One play, 91 yards.
Just unbelievable. I mean, Kyron Williams was dead in the water on the 2-yard line, right hash, and weaves it back to the left. Kyron Williams now 14 carries, 164 yards. He's averaging 11 yards per carry. The cost of his pizza just went up, though. Every lineman gets a pizza after that run.
Hey, if the starting tailback is averaging over 10 yards per carry, so only 17 seconds time of possession. If you want to say, how could it take you 17 seconds to run 91 yards? It took him about 5 seconds to get beyond the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
Because he was in so much trouble.
Unbelievable play by Kyron Williams. And this is the kind of run where if you win this football game, this adds to the style and how you beat North Carolina and can jump you a spot or two just because of a play like this. The willpower, the skill, the speed.
And Jonathan Dorr jogs up to the ball, kicks it away. Low kick will go through the back of the end zone.
Incredible.
And it just so happens, Ron, remember the huge run he had to start the game against Clemson, the touchdown run? It was down the exact same sideline, moving from our right to left. Showed the same kind of speed, and dare I say, that was an even more impressive touchdown run that we just saw from 91 yards away.
And the reason why you hear Paul and I's excitement, it's rare to see a 90-yard touchdown run. I'm talking about any year, any player, any league. And to see Kyron Williams do that in a huge moment for Notre Dame. I mean, it was 31-27. You're on your 9-yard line, and now it's 38-27. You're feeling good.
Sam Howell, 1st and 10 from his own 25-yard line. Ty Chandler to his left. Fakes to him, throws, and the ball's intercepted. At the 40, 35, 30 is DJ Brown. The pass floated down the left side between the far numbers and the far hash. DJ Brown ran in front of it, picked it off. It's now 1st and 10, Fighting Irish at the North Carolina 25.
Well, Sam Howell was trying to lead Josh Downs towards the middle of the field. Downs kept it down the left numbers, and that was the difference. And DJ Brown dropped in perfectly. And what a story, DJ Brown. Was taken out after the first game this year, worked his way back, chose his mindset, became a great player, made some huge plays last week when Kyle Hamilton went down. And then, wow, what a pick right there. What a great 2 plays for Notre Dame offensively and defensively.
And a flag came out on that play, Ryan. And
correction, it will be a 15-yard penalty.
So it goes against North Carolina. They walk the ball up toward the end zone. So they set it down on the far hash, moving right to the left on the 17-yard line of the Tar Heels.
I think they got unnecessary roughness on North Carolina and sportsmanlike conduct. But what a play by DJ Brown. And really the whole defensive backfield hasn't had a good play all game.
1st and 10 from the 15. Jack Cohn under center. The reverse around the left side, 20, 15. Avery Davis across the 10 to the 5 and run out of bounds on the near side of the field. Jack Cohn faked the dive off the right side to Kyron Williams. Gave the ball right away to Davis around the left side. He gains 10 to set up 1st and goal on the 5-yard line.
Had Avery Davis cut it back inside, that was a touchdown. That's the benefit of running that play to the wide side of the field. A lot of room.
Cohn from the shotgun. Hands off inside down to the 3-yard line.
Moving takes the ball carrier.
Logan Diggs there with the quick run, handoff. I'm telling you, Jack Cohn can run that quarterback option. If he wants to ever pull the football, no one, and I mean no one all year, has covered him in case he pulled that football.
13:33 and counting left in the game. Notre Dame leads North Carolina 38-27. They have 3 touchdown drives in this third quarter. The most recent, a one-play 91-yard drive on the run from Kyron Williams. Logan Diggs is the tailback to the right of Cohn, who's in the shotgun. Takes the snap, gives to Diggs off the left side, makes it down to the 1. Ball comes out late, but he was down.
Rolling on the field as the ball carrier was down prior to the ball coming loose.
Diggs down at the 1-yard line. Kyron Williams comes back in. High five to Diggs as Diggs jogs off on 3rd and goal from the 1.
Well, in a really cool moment, too, Notre Dame's bringing out Audric Estime, the young freshman running back, in addition to Kyron Williams. And I'm telling everyone listening, Estime looks like a grown man, and he's lining up as fullback.
Cohn under center now. Hands off to Williams, bounces out to the left side, and is pushed out of bounds at the 2. Wanted to go off the left tackle, Ryan, and was pushed out to the left. Loses a couple. Tony Grimes, the corner, makes the stop. 4th and goal from just outside the 2-yard line. Notre Dame's offense, will they stay on the field?
Oh, their field goal unit comes on.
Well, they're up 11 right now, 38-27.
The smart play, yes. The emotional play, no. The emotional play says, go for it.
Basically an extra point. It's put down to the 10-yard line. Will be put down to the 10, just inside the left hash. Jonathan Dorr walking it off. He is ready now. 1 for 1 tonight from 31 yards out. Snap, hold, kick is up, and his kick is good. Jonathan Dorr has 2 field goals now tonight, and his second makes it Notre Dame 41 and North Carolina 27. 11:52 left in the game. You're listening to the Notre Dame Radio Network.
The Cooper Discoverer Rugged Trek is a truck tire made with the understanding that driving a truck is supposed to be fun. Like any Cooper tire, the Rugged Trek is designed to do everything you need it to do. It's got stone blockades to protect your tires off-road and whisper grooves for smooth, quiet street driving. But with its in-your-face design, including dual sidewalls that let you choose between 2 aggressive looks, the Cooper Discoverer Rugged Trek is also a tire that shows off your truck's wild side. Learn more at coopertire.com. Go with the Coopers.
Do you bleed gold and blue? There's a bank for you. Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics. And right now, Credit Union One is giving die-hard fans best-in-class banking benefits with the Fighting Irish debit card. Sign up for your card today at creditunionone.org/Irish and put your money where your heart is. Credit Union One, better banking for all of us. By Members' Choice, this institution is not federally insured.
Would you like a cleaning product that can be used in the garage, the laundry, and the kitchen, and save space in your cabinet? Hi, I'm Bruce Fabrizio, inventor of Simple Green. Concentrated all-purpose Simple Green is the answer for versatile cleaning throughout your home and garage. I'm so certain you'll love Simple Green. If you're not 100% satisfied, I'll give you your money back. To learn more, visit us at simplegreen.com.
Simple Green, Simple Green.
Jonathan Dorr just added a field goal to the scoring barrage of the Fighting Irish in the second half. They led 17-13 to start the third quarter. We now have 11:52 left in the fourth here in South Bend. Fighting Irish lead the Tar Heels 41-27. Paul Burmeister, Ryan Harris in the booth. All kinds of offense on the field.
Yeah, all kinds of offense on the field. Fans having a good time in the stands. The score is right now. And this is where Notre Dame defensively, if you can get a stop and offensively score again before this game is over, this is a dominating win.
Kyron Williams, a star again against North Carolina. 3 touchdowns and over 100 yards last year in Chapel Hill. 178 yards from scrimmage tonight. And the ball touches Emery Simmons at the goal line and bounces out through the back of the end zone harmlessly.
I didn't even ask, what are you dressing up for Halloween tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I'm dressing up as a guy who's going to drive back to O'Hare early and fly home.
Come on.
Does that count as anything?
That counts as a stick in the mud. Come on, man. Hey, and I know you and your success at NBC. You better be handing out king-size candy bars, brother.
We will be ready to roll.
Yeah, none of those bite
We'll be ready to roll. That's right. Hopefully get out with the kids as well. Sam Howell in the shotgun, 1st and 10 on his own 25. Claps for the ball. Takes it. Rolls out to his right. Complete at the 30-yard line and out to the 31. A short completion to Josh Downs. So now you have 3 little kids.
Yeah.
What are you going as?
I'm going as Optimus Prime. My son. Oh, we got an injury here. Looks like it's to Isaiah Foskey. This is not good news. He is upset. He is down. Looks like something on his arm. Hopefully he'll be okay. I'll be Optimus Prime tomorrow night.
There you go.
My son's going to be Bumblebee. My wife and daughter are going to be unicorns. And my youngest son, he's 2. He continues to play games with us. He changes. He said, "What do you want to be for Halloween?" "I don't know, a ghost." "I don't know, Wolverine." So I think we're going to just put a sheet over him and call him a ghost.
They'll have a good time either way.
You got to make decisions fast in the Harris household. That's the only rule.
Isaiah Foskey just sat up, was laying down, and now Brian Kelly joins the 2 athletic trainers on the 30-yard line in a discussion with Foskey. Had a half a sack earlier in this game. He came in averaging over a sack per game to lead Notre Dame in that category. You hear the applause. He stands up, and Isaiah Foskey just left the 2 athletic trainers and Brian Kelly behind as he jogs off the field on his own. That's great to see.
Yeah, and he's getting high fives, not using his right arm, but sometimes a stinger can really scare guys. You get hit in your shoulder, you get pain and numbness. It's excruciating, and then it goes away after about 30 seconds. How I know that? I wish I didn't, Paul. I wish I didn't.
Sam Howell now on the near hash, moving left to right, 2nd down 4. On his own 31-yard line, he's 17 out of 23 tonight. Drops back 3 steps, steps up, going to keep it himself across the 30, hit from behind, and he makes it out to the 35-yard line. About 5 Fighting Irish defenders wrap him up. After a gain of 5, his Tar Heel teammates thought it was a little too excessive at the end. Howard Cross, the first to make contact with the Carolina quarterback, and he comes up slow again. He has taken a beating tonight.
Yeah, and his jersey's got dirt on the front of it. And there's no dirt on this turf field.
How's that happen?
That's rubber being pressed into the jersey and the black of the rubber being worn off. So that's how hard he's hit the ground, Sam Howell, tonight.
11-10 and counting left in the game. Notre Dame leads North Carolina 41-27. 1st and 10 on their own 36. Quick fire to the near sideline. Complete 40-yard line and pushed out of bounds by Clarence Lewis is Antoine Green. He had a touchdown reception earlier in the second half. Gain of 7 to bring up 2nd down 3.
Well, that was an awesome play by North Carolina. That's twice now that they've faked a run, and the Notre Dame defense bit so hard that the wide receiver was wide open. Antoine Green had no one around him in a 5-yard bubble when he caught that football.
Sam Howell getting a lot out of his 18 completions. He's 18 out of 24 for 255 yards. He faces 2nd down 3 on the near hash at the 43-yard line. Hands off right up the middle across the 45 and out to the 47-yard line goes Ty Chandler. Gain of 4 for the Tennessee transfer, who had over 2,000 yards as a volunteer and is easily the top tailback here for the Tar Heels. Riley Mills for Notre Dame makes the stop. Clock ticking, or the clock is stopped temporarily. Now it starts back up. 10:20 left in the game. Notre Dame runs in 4 new defensive players here on 2nd down 3.
Looks like Jordan Botello, linebacker, is going to rush the passer.
4 down linemen for the Fighting Irish. Howell drops back, sets up, throws to the near sideline, complete 40-yard line, and drilled right when he caught the ball by Clarence Lewis is Josh Downs. A pitch and a catch on a strike there from Howell. Gain of 14. 1st down and 10 now. The Tar Heels on the Fighting Irish 40-yard line.
Well, and Josh Downs just did a swim move on J.D. Bertrand, who tried to jump in front of the route. So Josh Downs adjusting on the fly, and Sam Howell on the same page. That small adjustment made the 1st down.
9 catches for 130 yards now for Downs. Howell hands off up the middle across the 40. Big hit by Botello at the 39-yard line. Just inside of the near numbers. Gain of 1 to bring up 2nd down 9. 9:30 left in the game. Notre Dame leads North Carolina 41-27.
And a lot of people may not know about Jordan Botello, but he is a huge physical presence there, and he made it known on that play.
6'2", 245 sophomore out of Honolulu. Player of the year in Hawaii the year he came out. On the near hash, Howell drops back from the shotgun, fires near side, complete 35-yard line, and spin out of bounds. J.J. Jones caught the ball near the sideline, spun toward the sideline, and was pushed out. He gained 6. 3rd down and 4 coming up for Carolina. Now inside of 9 minutes left in the game. They trail Notre Dame by 14.
Crowd is on its feet all around the stadium.
Sam Howell will be looking toward Josh Downs, who has 9 catches for $130. He's lined up in the slot to the left of Howell. Notre Dame's crowd doing its part here. Fighting Irish bring 4. Howell keeps it himself across the 30 and up to the 28-yard line. Easily a first down, gain of 6. 1st and 10 now, Tar Heels on the 28.
Well, you don't like giving up a first down if you're Notre Dame defensively, but you do like that it was on the ground because the clock keeps ticking, and the chances of North Carolina winning this game fade by the second.
Notre Dame 4 down linemen. Howell drops back, steps up, tries to spin out of trouble. Drew White in, and down he goes. Middle of the field at the 30-yard line. Sam Howell initially got out of some trouble there in the pocket, but he's dropped for a loss of 2. Tagovailoa, Heinisch, and Jason Ademilola all there to make the stop.
On a safety blitz by Marcus Freeman, defensive coordinator, sent D.J. Brown, and D.J. Brown came untouched to the point where Sam Howell thought he had to step up in the pocket right to the open arms of Jordan Botello and others.
Sam Howell, 3-year starter, now 20 out of 26 for 275. He has 2nd and 13 on the 31-yard line of Notre Dame. Drops back, stands in the pocket, runs out to his right across the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20 down the near sideline, 10, 5, touchdown Sam Howell. Sam Howell wanted to pass, took off to the right, looked like he would be wrapped up around the 20-yard line, but continued to run down the near numbers. 31-yard scoring run for Howell, and with 7:23 left in the game, it's now Notre Dame 41 and North Carolina 33.
Well, and Myron Tagovailoa-Amosa, the defensive end to the right of North Carolina on offense, looped back to the middle, and that gave the open right side for Sam Howell to step up, start running. And then from there, it was all Sam Howell in North Carolina. Howell breaking 2 tackles to get to the end zone.
Extra point for Carolina, and Grayson Atkins is up and in. 7:23 left in the game. It's now Notre Dame 41 and North Carolina 34. Sam Howell, the leading rusher for North Carolina, 16 carries for 88 yards, approaching what would be his 4th 100-yard game of the season. We'll take a break here. 7:23 left in the game, and Notre Dame up 41-34 on the Tar Heels. You're listening to Fighting Irish Football.
At KeyBank, we know you've got a lot in your head when it comes to buying a home. You're full of excitement and angst from all the unsolicited advice and tiny fine print. That's why at Key, you can get our best rates, and you're matched with a dedicated loan officer who is with you step by step from application to celebration. We work hard to make your home buying process easier so you can get out of your head and into your new home. KeyBank opens doors. Visit key.com/home loan. KeyBank is member FDIC, NMLS number 399797, equal housing lender.
Light up your holiday season with Cirque Dreams Holiday, live at Silver Creek Event Center at Four Winds, New Buffalo. 2 great shows, December 18th and December 19th. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster. It's a unique family holiday experience brought to life by soaring aerialists, contortionists, acrobats, musicians, and more. Cirque Dreams Holiday, December 18th and 19th, live at Four Winds Casino. Your entertainment escape.
There are sports bars everywhere these days, but there's only one place for award-winning jumbo wings, bigger beers, and better food and drink values all week long. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. We're so much more than wings. Enjoy wraps, salads, subs, seafoods, quesadillas, amazing appetizers, and awesome daily lunch food and drink specials. And now, when you can't eat here, order online for pickup at togo.wingsetc.com. It's fast, easy, and convenient. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. Good food, great times, and online ordering at togo.wingsetc.com.
Here come the Irish. Notre Dame football on Sunny 101.5.
Fun one here in
Here
South
come
Bend
the
tonight.
Irish. Notre Dame football
Notre Dame
on
leads North
Sunny
Carolina 41-34. The Tar Heels just had a 10-play, 75-yard scoring drive. 45 of those yards coming on the ground, and it ends on the ground. Quarterback Sam Howell, 31-yard touchdown run. Ryan, how about 75 points we've already seen? We're approaching 1,000 yards of total offense. And still about half the fourth quarter left.
That's incredible. And also a big problem for Notre Dame. If you're going to want to go to the places that I know Notre Dame fans and players want to go, you can't give up this type of yardage defensively and be successful. They are missing Kyle Hamilton. And yet great plays still from players like DJ Brown, J.D. Bertrand, and Myron Tungavailoa Amosa. So they're close, but they're almost a new defense without Kyle Hamilton out there.
There you go. They played most of the game against USC last week. For most of the first quarter on without him as well. Atkins jogs up, kicks the ball away. And Notre Dame will allow the ball to bounce 2 yards deep in the end zone. They'll just take that first down and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Once again, Kyron Williams has been a thorn in the side of the Tar Heels. Last year in Chapel Hill, over 100 yards rushing. He also scored 3 touchdowns. Tonight he has 15 carries for 163 yards and a touchdown. That touchdown came earlier in the fourth quarter on a dazzling, a tremendous 91-yard effort. Most of the work done on his own. That's his highlight play, not just of the night, but of the season. And he's the tailback lined up behind Jack Cohn, 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. Cohn takes the snap, turns, hands off to Williams, comes back to the right side across the 25 and is brought down to the 26-yard line to bring up 2nd down and 8.
Well, it's impressive, Kyron Williams' 91-yard touchdown run, especially considering he went out of the game a couple series earlier with what looked like a tough lower body injury. He was writhing in pain and toughed it out, came back on the field for the touchdown.
He also has 2 catches for 15 yards, Ryan. Leading receiver tonight for Jack Cohn, Avery Davis, 5 catches for 51 yards. From the shotgun on 2nd down 8 on the far hash. Takes a snap, play action, stands in the pocket on the 20. Throws to the far sideline, low to Avery Davis on the 43-yard line. Couldn't come up with it, drops it, and it brings up 3rd down and 8.
If it was a spear, he'd be dead. It hit Avery Davis right in the stomach and hands. Avery Davis has to come up with that one.
Well, just as we said, he's a leading receiver. Lets that one hit his knees instead of his hands, and it's 3rd down 8. From their own 27 with only a 1-touchdown lead. Big down here for Jack Cohn. He drops back, stands in the pocket, throws far side to Kevin Austin, completes and run out of bounds at the 35-yard line on the back shoulder fade, and it looks like, is he a half yard short or did he get that first down, Ryan? He got the first down.
Yeah, and Kevin Austin making the same play that earlier Deion Colsey did not make, as you have the back shoulder throw. If you're a wide receiver and you're in man-to-man coverage and you didn't beat cleanly your defender, expect a backfield throw.
And he just got that first down by a couple of inches. 1st down and 10 on their own 35. Cohn turns to his left, hands off to Williams, cuts it back across the middle. 35 out to the 40-yard line, gain of 5. As he wanted to go out that left side, he saw the resistance, went back toward the middle. Tamon Fox, the outside linebacker, made the stop to bring up 2nd down 5.
Well, that was a huge first down conversion for Notre Dame, because now no matter what happens here, North Carolina's going to get the ball back with about 4 minutes left. So that was a huge first down. Now you have the opportunity to just grind out the clock and walk away with the win here if you're Notre Dame.
Clock ticking, 5:42. Tyler Buckner into the game at quarterback on 2nd down 5. Buckner from the shotgun. Takes the snap, rolls out to his right, throws complete to the 40. Michael Mayer across the 45 and shoved out of bounds as he ran to the right on the far side of the field, exactly at midfield. Gain of 10. Buckner rolling to his right. Short toss to Mayer, who picks up 10. And it's 1st and 10 Notre Dame. Midfield, 5:24 and counting left in the game. North Carolina has all 3 timeouts left, and they trail 41-34.
Well, that's my favorite play that they run with Tyler Buckner. It's a sprint right option. He can either throw it to the linebacker or take it himself. The linebacker for North Carolina played upfield, so he dumped it off to Michael Mayer. Perfect decision by the young player, Tyler Buckner.
Mayer, 4 catches, 51 yards. Cohn back in at quarterback on 1st and 10 at the 50. He hands off to Williams across the 50, bounces out right side, 45-40, running down the far sideline, cuts it back to the 30-yard line. Boy, he is making a lot of mileage tonight, up the middle and then bouncing out to either side. He just picked up 20 yards to bring up 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line. Wisely stayed in bounds. The clock ticks, 4:40 and counting left in the game.
Kyron Williams is 10 yards shy of 200 yards rushing. That's insane. He's closing in on the standing rushing record for a single player of 222 yards. How do I know that, Paul? I was there with Julius Jones, and I'll be happy to see that record get taken out tonight if that's the case with Kyron Williams.
Notre Dame also over 500 yards of total offense. First time they've done that against Syracuse in last season. 1st and 10 from the 30. Williams up the middle, spins across the 30 to the 25, middle of the field, and ripped down. Penalty markers come out as he was tackled high. Likely a horse collar coming.
It's going to be a face mask.
Yeah, face mask against middle linebacker Kevin Hester Jr.
Half of the helmet is off of Kyron Williams to the point where the chin guard looked like a sleep apnea machine.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. First down.
Kyron Williams is special, and he is putting on a show tonight, and he has been the difference in this game for Notre Dame.
Right now it's showing 19 carries for 197 yards for Kyron Williams. Wow. Also has 2 catches, so he's over 200 yards from scrimmage here tonight. And Ryan, as much as we talked about North Carolina's offense before the game, it's their defense that had given them trouble. They've given up 35-plus points now in more than half their games. Notre Dame leads right now 41-34 inside of 4 minutes left in the game.
And Notre Dame's been wearing down its opponents the second half of the season.
Jack Cohn, early snap to him. Logan Diggs runs up the middle, bounces outside to the right. Penalty marker comes in as Diggs was run out of bounds on the 11-yard line on the far side of the field.
Logan Diggs doing a bit of dancing in the backfield.
Offense, number 87, 10-yard penalty. First down.
And there, George Tack is called for the hold.
So even with that 10-yard penalty, Ryan, Notre Dame still well within the range of Jonathan Dorr, which could come oh so key here in a couple of plays.
The clock will start on the snap.
I don't know how they called Michael Mayer for holding. He's got driven back.
With Notre Dame up 7, any kind of field goal would make it a 2-possession game. First down and 20 on their own 21-yard line now. Jack Cohn in the shotgun, far hash, takes a long look over to his sideline.
I like Lorenzo Styles man-to-man on the bottom to the left.
Also has Logan Diggs, the tailback, to his left. Turns, hands off to Diggs, right up the middle across the 20, and pushes the pile out to the 15-yard line. Good, strong running. 6-foot, 205-pound freshman out of Marrero, Louisiana.
North Carolina, their first timeout of the half. Timeout.
3:32 left in the game. Notre Dame leads North Carolina 41-34. Timeout on the field. And as you heard referee Dwayne Height say, first timeout for Carolina. They still have 2 left. We'll take a short break as well here on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
So as you guys know, Mark's gone.
The float artist at Fred's Floral just took off, days before the parade. They need a replacement before business passes them by.
Oh, and who am I going to get to finish the float?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm pretty sure our new house might be haunted.
What makes you say that?
The furniture is levitating. Oh, and the ghost.
Welcome home.
Yeah, that's spooky.
You know what's really scary? Missing out on Geico for help with homeowners and renters insurance. Geico makes it easy to save a bunch.
Great. You're not sticking around, right?
The party's just getting started.
Happy Geico Week. Call today and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance can be.
Toast to Notre Dame football by raising a pint of Guinness. Now a proud partner and official beer of Fighting Irish alumni and fans. Even during these unprecedented times, we're reminded that football, just like a pint of Guinness, is about building the bonds between us all. So here's to the Irish faithful, whether you're Irish by blood or in spirit. Guinness, official beer of Notre Dame Fighting Irish alumni and fans. Please drink responsibly. Diageo Beer Company, New York, New York.
Welcome back to South Bend. We have seen an offensive show here tonight from both teams. Notre Dame at 6-1 and ranked 11th, leading North Carolina 41-34. Paul Burmeister and Ryan Harris in the booth. On the field, the Fighting Irish with 518 yards of total offense and their best rushing outing of the season so far. First time they've gone over 200 yards. They have 208. As Kyron Williams has 19 carries for a $194. Big chunk of that came on a 91-yard touchdown run early in this fourth quarter. On the field right now, Notre Dame faces 2nd down 14 on their own 15-yard line. Tyler Buckner is checked into the game at quarterback, and he has Kyron Williams to his right. Tyler looking over to the sideline. Now he is ready for the snap from Jared Patterson. Empty backfield now. Quarterback draw up the middle, hit at the 16 and goes down to the 15-yard line. Buckner was running the entire way, did get back to the line of scrimmage.
North Carolina, their second timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
Safety Cameron Kelly just came around the edge. Tyler Buckner pump faked, and when you see a blitzing backer on a quarterback keeper, you got to go now. And had he went, he would have scored another touchdown for his career. But instead, that pump fake bought enough time for Cameron Kelly to come around the edge and get Tyler Buckner.
So 3rd down and 14 on the 15-yard line, up 7, and really just needing to push that lead to a 2-possession lead. You think about Jonathan Dorr. He is 2 for 2 tonight from 31 and from 21 yards out. And if Notre Dame didn't pick up anything here, he'd be attempting a 32-yard field goal. But Tyler Buckner is the quarterback on 3rd and 14. He waits for the snap. 4-down lineman for North Carolina. Tyler now stands, looks over to the sideline, plenty of time.
He's going to have man-to-man coverage, and Lorenzo Styles will be to his left on the sideline in the numbers.
7 seconds on the play clock. Yes, it is man coverage. Buckner drops back, looks to the far side, fires low and incomplete. Kevin Austin ran a go route into the end zone, and Buckner fired low and well in front of him.
There's going to be a pass interference call here on Kevin Austin. Or on the defense here for North Carolina, against Kevin Austin. Don Chapman, number 2.
Defense, number 2. The ball be placed at the 2-yard line. First down.
Well, he kind of pushed out Kevin Austin, but a perfectly placed football. Man, Tyler Buckner throws with anticipation.
The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
And I'll be honest, not a whole lot there, but I like it. I can't lie.
Well, either way,
it's devastating for North Carolina because now they only have 1 timeout and Notre Dame has a first down.
Jack Cohn back in at quarterback, 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. Hands off to Kyron Williams, wants somewhere to go, can't find it, wrapped up at the 10, and that's where he will go down. A host of Tar Heel defenders bring him down at the 10-yard line, loss of 3.
North Carolina probably going to hang on to their timeout until the third down.
And the clock ticking, Ryan, now just inside of 3 minutes, 2:58 and counting left in the game. Carolina hanging on to that timeout as Ryan said they would. Notre Dame leading the Tar Heels 41-34. No rush at all now to get a playoff. 15 seconds left on the play clock. Everyone looking over at the sideline there for Notre Dame. Now they get to the formation. Bunch formation to the left, 1 wide receiver to the right. Jack Cohn in the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands off to Williams, looking for somewhere to go up the middle, up to the 5, and goes down to the 4-yard line. Gain of 5, now that final timeout taken.
Timeout, North Carolina, the 3rd and final timeout of the half.
Well,
30-second timeout.
If I'm Notre Dame, you've already dialed it up so Logan Diggs gets his first touchdown of his career. How about you do it for Lorenzo Styles? Let the young man get in the end zone, best play possible, or look for a matchup with Michael Mayer. But that's the benefit of having a threat at receiver. All of a sudden now you can't key in if you're a defense on Michael Mayer. You have other things to worry about in addition to Kyron Williams run the football.
Can I throw in one more or for you?
That's good. I like ors.
Or you give it to Kyron Williams, who needs 4 yards to hit 200. They're 5 yards out. You know, that might be kind of special.
And the 222-yard rushing record for a single player still stands. I like the deal you just made with me. Let's go for the Kyron Williams run for touchdown.
Well, if he gets in, he would have 22 for 201 on a fantastic night either way for the running back from St. Louis. Notre Dame's offense jogs onto the field. It will be Kyron Williams lined up in the backfield with Jack Cohn. On 3rd and goal from the 5, 2:27 left in the game. Notre Dame leads North Carolina 41-34. Hand to Williams up the middle, across the 5, up to the 3, and that's where he's wrapped up. And he did make it down to the 2-yard line after a gain of 3. He'll be 1 yard short of 200. Clock ticking, 2:14. North Carolina can no longer stop the clock. They're out of timeouts.
Looks like Notre Dame's going to go for it here.
And they trail by 7. So Notre Dame leaves the offense on the field on 4th and goal from the 2.
They'll probably take a timeout here as soon as it gets close.
Well, they still have plenty of time they could run off. The game clock at 1:54, play clock at 13 seconds. So they will just milk this as much as they can. And handshakes going on there with the Notre Dame offensive players on the field. Play clock at 2 and 1 timeout.
Timeout. Notre Dame, their first timeout of the half. 30 seconds, timeout.
You could hear some of the chippiness going on down there. Those are the things I do miss about the game, Paul. Letting somebody know what you think about them, uncensored.
Notre Dame didn't have it the first half of the season offensively, Ryan. That's an offensive identity. But now coming in, turning the corner and into the second half of the season, they found that an up-tempo offense is better for Jack Cohn. He's better when he's sped up. And they found, too, that he plays a nice, efficient role when they lead with Kyron Williams. He had his best day of the season last week against USC when he hit 180 yards of total offense. He's exceeded that today with 199 yards rushing. And Jack Cohn once again chipping in very well. 16 out of 24 for 213 yards.
That's an amazing day offensively. And what a way to cap it off if Jonathan Doerer can put it through here and seal the victory.
Jonathan Doerer already 2 out of 2 tonight, Brian. And now the ball is set up just inside of the near hash on the 11-yard line. Already has one 21-yard field goal. This is his second attempt from that far out from the exact same spot on the field. His kick is up, and it is good. Big 3 points for Notre Dame because now it's a 2-possession lead at 44-34 with 1:37 left in the game, and North Carolina out of timeouts. We'll be right back here to South Bend. You're listening to the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Your locally owned Auto Value Auto Parts store is your authorized AC Delco parts supplier, offering you thousands of original equipment parts that'll fit your vehicle's needs. And for original equipment parts online, just go to myautovaluestore.com. And don't forget, we offer same-day in-store pickup or convenient ship-to-home service for online orders. Auto Value and AC Delco, your #1 choice for parts that are correct, first time, every time. Find out more and shop online at myautovaluestore.com.
Canon Solutions America proudly supports Notre Dame football. Are your business office needs incomplete? With Canon Solutions America, a playmaker in managed services solutions, we support document management demands, creating powerful workflows to help maximize productivity with cutting-edge Canon technology. No matter the situation, count on Canon Solutions America's experienced professionals to help you reach your goals. Visit csa.canon.com/GMS. That's csa.canon.com/GMS.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, the new Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan. So make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Welcome back to South Bend. 1:37 left in the game. Notre Dame now leads North Carolina 44-34. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Notre Dame Radio Network.
This is WNSN South Bend, home of Notre Dame football. Presented by South Bend Orthopedics.
Haven't been able to say this all season, Ryan, but we are over 1,000 yards of combined total offense now tonight.
For two offensive players, I don't think we could watch a better football game than we've watched tonight. And really, this game has come down to the interception by D.J. Brown in the third quarter. Fantastic play right after a Kyron Williams 91-yard touchdown. Sometimes you win a game in the third quarter, and it seems as though Notre Dame did that tonight.
Kyron Williams, career-high 199 yards. Oh, what he'd give for one more.
One more. Just 1 yard.
Jonathan Dorr kicks off. He's 3 for 3 with field goals, and this one bounces 5 yards deep in the end zone to bring up 1st and 10, Carolina on their own 25. Sam Howell has had a nice night for the Tar Heel offense, 20 out of 26 for 275 yards. I don't think it's a great thing for Mack Brown in the North Carolina offense that he's the leading rusher.
Not good at all.
16 carries, 88 yards. Ty Chandler, 14 for 81. He got 53 of that on a touchdown run, so for the majority of his carries, Marcus Freeman's defense did a terrific job bottling up the top rusher for North Carolina. So here we go, 1st and 10 on their own 25, 1:37 left. They have no timeouts. They trail by 10. Complete over the middle to the 35 and tackled on the far hash at the 38-yard line. And right back up to the ball is Sam Howell. That was Bryson Nesbitt, freshman tight end, his second catch of the night. 1st and 10 from the 38. Howell drops back, looks left, steps up. He'll run it himself across the 40, 45. Still running across the 50 and is tackled at the 48 of Notre Dame. Football came out late. Was he down? They're saying yes, he was.
The ball carrier was down.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Gain of 14, Isaiah Pryor making the play. So North Carolina maintains possession, 1st and 10 of the 48.
That ball was out before he hit the ground.
Howell makes the pass complete to down to the 40, still on his feet to the 35. He now has 10 catches tonight for 142 yards. It was Drake London last week in that category.
And that's a problem. If you can't stop the leading receiver 2 weeks in a row, Notre Dame defensively, that's an issue you got to address.
1st and 10 from the 35, 55 seconds left. Howell just floats that one away as he was chased out of the pocket by Myron Tungvailoa Amosa. 53 seconds left. Notre Dame on top, 44-34.
And Notre Dame defensively just has not gotten there with the pass rush. But Myron Tungvailoa Amosa and Isaiah Foskey having discussions. And good to see Isaiah Foskey back on the field after he left with injury earlier in this quarter.
Notre Dame at 6-1, awfully close to moving that record to 7-1. Howell from the shotgun. Delayed draw across the 40 and 35 and tripped up just as he crossed the 35-yard line in the middle of the field. 3-yard gain. Jason Ademilola with a tackle on Ty Chandler. 40 seconds and counting. North Carolina right back on the ball. Howell drops back against the 4-man rush. Stands in the pocket, directing traffic. Throws complete to the 20 across the 15 on the deep in route, and the tackle made at the 11-yard line on Antoine Green. 27 seconds. The clock stops temporarily. It'll wind up again. There it is, 24 and counting. Gain of 23. Howell just clocks the ball, takes it and spikes it. 23 seconds left in the game.
Tough for Notre Dame right there to give up that long pass. The pass rush is absolutely exhausted. So Marcus Freeman rotating in 4 new defensive linemen on this play as they were wiped out, virtually standing up as Sam Howell threw the football. Sam Howell reminded me of a little bit of a Taysom Hill type of quarterback. Can throw it and run it. Be interesting to see what happens next for Sam Howell in his career. 9,400 yards passing in his career so far.
And tonight, Ryan, 17 carries for 102 yards. Drops back in the shotgun here. Stands in the pocket. Now he's chased out, and he's wrapped up. Gets rid of the ball at the 20-yard line. He threw it away as he was being ripped down by Jordan Botello.
I think that's going to be intentional grounding because the ball did not cross the line of scrimmage. Referees are talking about it right now.
Your grasp of the rules is very strong, Ryan.
Hey, you
Respect.
know, I like to think of myself as a historian and studier of the game.
Intentional grounding. Offense. Number 7. The pass did not cross the line of scrimmage, and there was no receiver in the area. Lost it down at the spot of the foul. 3rd down.
And that play happened because of Jordan Botello finally getting to Sam Howell. Wise replacements put in by Marcus Freeman, defensive coordinator.
Caused the clock to stop. We have a 10-second runoff. Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 6 seconds, and the game clock will start on my signal.
Wow, what a penalty. What a play by Jordan Botello.
A 10-second runoff there inside of the final minute with the offensive penalty. So they go from 16 to 6. Notre Dame leads North Carolina 44-34.
Timeout. Notre Dame.
Well, they're going to put Isaiah Foskey and Myron Tagovailoa Mosa.
The second timeout of the half.
And it's fun to see right now the entire defensive line coming out to congratulate Jordan Botelho for his first sack of his career. That's a fantastic team right there when you have something happen and everybody's excited for you.
Well, Notre Dame defensively, it's not that often, Ryan, that you can look and say 34 points and job well done. But once again, the Tar Heels came in top 20 in the nation scoring and total offense. They pretty much hit their average numbers coming in. So even though they are big numbers, I think you have to say job well done to Marcus Freeman and that group.
Well, you stopped yet another prolific quarterback, but you got to start figuring out and take the next step and say, hey, everybody knows this player coming in is one of the best receivers in the nation. You're only going to see those types of players in the postseason.
That's Josh Downs. He's talking about 6 seconds left. They throw complete to the 5 and rip down to the 4-yard line. Clock runs out. Notre Dame moves its record to 7-1 with a 44-34 win at home over North Carolina.
What a victory for Notre Dame. Hard fought, productive game offensively. You made the stops when you needed to defensively. And really now you had 3 teams, if that's correct, 3 teams in the top 10 go down today, possibly a 4th.
Well, Notre Dame came in at 11. We know Iowa ranked 9th. They lost at Wisconsin. We also know 8th ranked Michigan State beat number 6 Michigan 37-33. And number 10 Ole Miss also in action tonight. And they lost to Auburn 31-20. So some real potential for Notre Dame to move up from 11 well into that top 10.
Yeah, the question's going to be where they put Michigan, but the good news for Notre Dame is that Michigan also plays Ohio State, but Ohio State up 30-24 right now, number 5 Ohio State against number 20 Penn State. So this is why it's better to lose earlier in the season. You have a pathway to the playoffs now if you're the Irish, but you've got to continue to win, and it helps you to win by double digits tonight.
And Notre Dame led 17-13 at halftime, Ryan, and both offenses came out firing. It was touchdown drive after touchdown drive for both squads. And it was really the 91-yard touchdown run from Kyron Williams that really started to tilt it in the favor of the Fighting Irish.
And just what an experience for these players. I mean, you think about what this offense has been through all year as the players are gathering for the alma mater. You have barely beat Toledo. You have a tough win against Cincinnati. You have just a phone booth fight with Wisconsin, who now seems to be the Big Ten West winner. That'll be in the Big Ten championship game. I mean, you fought through and played and won every type of game with one tough loss due to uncharacteristic turnovers. You got to feel confident if you're Notre Dame. And hats off to Coach Kelly for creating such a competitive team year after year after year. And to get almost 200 yards rushing by Kyron Williams in a season where you replaced 3 starters who went to the NFL, that's incredible.
Taking a glance here as they sing the alma mater at the Notre Dame defensive totals, Ryan. And first time all season, I think we can say Isaiah Foskey led the team in tackles with 7. He's the leader behind the line of scrimmage, but he's the leading total tackler here tonight with 7. And we have 4 players with 6. Griffith, Lewis, Bertrand, and Bracey all chipping in with 6, and also Drew White with 6 tackles.
In our hearts forever, love thee, Notre Dame. Quick congratulations to my sister Kendra. She got engaged last night. Shout out to my little sister Kendra, her fiance Blake, a.k.a. Blakey. Shout out to Mom and Dad, Papa and Mama Harris.
Well done there, sir.
Yeah. I'm a family man.
And Brian Kelly spent his time with NBC. And he's just with the players singing the alma mater, and Coach Kelly getting set to join us here. Brian Kelly is now with us. And Brian, I'm in this enviable position of having a first-class problem. There are so many positives I can bring up to you offensively. Let's start with Kyron Williams, 22 carries, 199 yards.
I think there's a slang for that. He's a dog. I mean, and I don't mean in a negative way. He just has a ferocity and just that competitive spirit, Paul, that you just love to watch, when these guys compete. And he just can't be denied. When he has the ball in his hands, he's going to do something electric, and he did that again tonight.
And I think the big picture positive for your offense as a whole, Brian, about a month ago, we sat here after a couple of games, and there wasn't really an offensive identity. Now with Jack playing well in the up-tempo, he's so efficient, and Kyron leading the way, running the ball, it feels like there is a real identity.
Yeah, there is. It's a great balance. And, today we threw the ball out on the perimeter. Those were really run plays based upon a stacked box where, we were trying to grind it out against some of those overload looks. Now the ball goes out on the perimeter, and you see guys like Lorenzo Styles making big runs down the sideline. You're seeing Avery Davis, get free. I think, what's nice about it is the balance in the offense. And then, obviously controlling the football against that's as good an offense that you're going to play. And, the quarterback, I don't know. I love my kid, but Sam Howell is a warrior. And he's going to be sore tonight because we hit him quite a bit. But, when you throw for 340, I think, and 100 yards, he's a pretty special kid.
Brian, I know you have a world of respect for Mac Brown on the other sideline, so this victory means even more, pushing the record to 7-1. Congratulations.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it.
All right, that's Brian Kelly, head coach of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. And Notre Dame now, Ryan, never lost, 13-0. I kind of wanted to say that all game, but I didn't want you to say, don't hex it. So the Fighting Irish in South Bend, in their history against the Tar Heels, a perfect 13-0.
And their 10th straight night game victory. We might get a whole season of night games next year for Notre Dame, the way they play at night. But just, you said it best. First world problems and what to talk about, where to begin with the dominant performance by Notre Dame. And I just love the fight. That was a tight game in the third quarter. North Carolina came out and scored about as quick as you could until, oh, by the way, Kyron Williams runs down the field for 91 yards. So just to fight through adversity, continue to learn throughout the game, that shows a willingness of this Irish team that proves why they're 7-1.
And, Ryan, it is oftentimes, whether we're in South Bend or on the road, that this is the most fun work of the week, but especially tonight, over 1,000 yards of total offense. I think my math is correct, and 78 points. It would have been fun if there were 6 quarters tonight.
Yeah, you could have got to 100. It felt like we were going there pretty quick here, too. But a fantastic night, fantastic game for the fans. 2 night games back-to-back here in South Bend at Notre Dame Stadium. Phenomenal atmosphere and a phenomenal win by the Irish.
And Notre Dame's record now 7-1. They started the night ranked 11th. And with 3 teams ahead of them falling today, an excellent chance for the Fighting Irish to look at those rankings on Monday and see themselves in a pretty good spot heading into November. Final score here in South Bend, Notre Dame beats North Carolina 44-34. Along with Ryan Harris, I'm Paul Burmeister. We'll be right back after this message. You're listening to Fighting Irish Football.
Light up your holiday season with Cirque Dreams Holiday. Live at Silver Creek Event Center at Four Winds, New Buffalo. 2 great shows, December 18th and December 19th. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster. It's a unique family holiday experience brought to life by soaring aerialists, contortionists, acrobats, musicians, and more. Cirque Dreams Holiday, December 18th and 19th, live at Four Winds Casino. Your entertainment escape.
At KeyBank, we know you've got a lot in your head when it comes to